on, everybody? Buddy. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, man, I forgot the show announcement. Poopy Duke. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you? What up? No, I'm not going to self-destruct anything. Am I going to self-destruct? Nah, never. Benny Hill, how are you? I almost self-destructed this weekend. That's why I took a weekend off. That's why I took a weekend to recharge my lithium-ion batteries. Did you guys do that this weekend? Oh gosh, show announcement. Why am I so scattered? Holy smokes. Okay, show announcement at everyone. What are we writing tonight? Recharged and ready. STFC continues to bring the pain, week 2. Tonight, Paragon Recruit stories. Okay, what else? What else? Ooh, Duo Wave Defense updates with Jules Verne. We have those to do tonight. Updates with Jules Verne. Yep. Silver time. Nobody wants to talk about Coda. Alliance tournaments. Oh yeah, how exciting was that? Did you see how that launched today? Pretty cool. Alliance tournaments. Refresh. Delayed. I was trying to think of something funny to put there, but I can't really think of anything else. Okay, what else? What else, guys? What else do you guys want to talk about tonight? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Benny Hill says, I want to gamble on the odds of Alliance tournaments working after maintenance. Of course it's going to work. Obviously it's going to work. Free Leslie. Free Leslie. Have you guys not gotten over that yet? Are you guys still on about that? Okay. Hey, you know what? I know what I need. I need you guys to tell me where I can source another relativity. Brett says it's been like 5 minutes. Yeah, you guys still on about that? Jeez. Hey, where can I source another relativity? Is it in the Ferengi Battle Pass? I'm going to have to find myself a relativity somewhere. Not entirely sure where, but I got to find it. And I realize I'm probably how's my trash can? My trash can is empty, bro. There's nothing in the trash can. Oh my God, I keep forgetting about the... Okay. Does anybody have a spare junker? All right, that's good enough. You guys keep... I can't source another relativity either? You're fibbing. You're not telling me the truth. That's not real. You're not real. It's like you're like Ohio. Ohio's not real. All right. There we go. Show announcement. Posted. Boom. Timer. Check. Confirm. This message will be distributed to all servers. Check. Live streams. Check. Publish. Confirmed. Actuators ready, Captain. Confirm. Share. Publish. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Ugh. Official Discord. I get the heebie-jeebies over there. Scares me when I go into official. It's like looking around and it's like, ooh, how did we end up here? It's so dirty. It's dirty over here. Ugh. So gross. All right, we've got a pre-roll also. Got to get that out of the way. Pre-roll. Gonna knock that out. Oh, it already started. Yo. Count DeVille says official is my primary source of PvP. That's funny. I like it. Hey, Shelby. to you. What's up? How y'all doing tonight? Man. Are you feeling good tonight? You feeling good today, chat? We should be feeling good today. Here's what I want you to do, chat. First, I need you to take your pants off. Okay? Take your pants off, chat. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Take your pants off. Don't ask questions. Second, open the refrigerator. Open the refrigerator. No, obviously, you're not supposed to wear pants, Andalisha. I was just reminding people in case they forgot the rules. Okay? In case they forgot the rules, remove pants. Second, open the refrigerator. And look over your selection of amazing Ghost Energy drinks, whether it is Straw Bango, the original amazing Welch's Grape Ghost Energy, or maybe Sour Strip's Purple Rainbow, okay? That is what you can look at right there. Take a look at your amazing selection. Perhaps it's the Arnold Palmer Iced Tea Lemonade, okay? Maybe it's the brand new Blue Raspberry. Maybe it's the Sprite that people are now finding, or the Pina Colada that is now available at Circle K and Kroger stores. Okay? Maybe it's that. Whatever it is in your refrigerator, take a look, grab one, and I want you to come back and sit on your chair, pantsless. And then I want you to do this with me. You ready? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff right there. That's the stuff. Johnny 5. If they're watching you watch this channel, then they're not going to be confused. They're not going to be confused. Stradalorian says, I want to sleep tonight. Stop scaring me. Okay, well, listen. John Roll says, too late for an energy drink? Nah, we're going to be here. We're going to be here all night long. Burton says, I'm outside in a park. Pants are staying on. Dude, no, that's the best place to lose your pants. In a park. You kidding me right now? It's the best place to take your pants off. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show. Spock, thank you for your tier 3. Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful tier 3 resub. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that very much. Spock, wow. Spock with the 350 stream streak. That is legendary. Beautiful. Amazing. Wowie. Wowie Maui. Bender says something wrong with you. Bender, don't you have like a 200 stream streak? Okay, you don't get to make fun when you've got like a 281. Okay? Just saying. Jules Verne, thank you for the resub. 44 months from mad scientist Jules Verne. What a sexy guy. What a sexy guy. Yeah. Hey, Doss. Is this place safe? Never. Never. Okay. Enterprise, thank you for your stream streak. Count DeVille. 5 years straight. Can't believe it. Dude, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys all being here. What's going on, man? Stradalorian with the 125 streaker. Man. Benny Hill's Ghost with the stream streak. Thank you so much. Ranger Chaos, good evening. Welcome in. How are you? When will this stream change to Lego? When we get to 10,000 bits, baby. But I've got things to do. Master Yodi, thank you for your...
I'm so positive.
Yes.
I'm full of positive energy.
Yes. I've got positive energy for you tonight. I'll share with you, okay? Polar Bear, thank you. Appreciate that. Master Yodi, thank you. 41 months at Tier 1. Thank you so much. Sydney with the 20 stream streak. You rock my socks off. What's going on? That is a lot of streaking. Hey, Enterprise.
I think I foobought this.
What is our PPP count? We are officially 4 days into May, month number 2, as we chase our PPP goal. If you are currently at Tier 3, I'm going to ask ever so politely that you downgrade to Tier 1 before your anniversary date. Let it renew on Tier 1, then upgrade it to 2, then upgrade it to 3. Enterprise says we are at 41. Twitch needs to update. 41 PPP points for the month of May so far. Asian Boy says, we slowing down? Are we slowing down? Nah. Shelby, how do you do that? You got to do it in the browser panel. I actually can probably show you. I think I can actually do that. Hey, Matters, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
No, not too much. How you doing, bud?
I am hanging in there, baby. Hanging in there. And by the way, yeah, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Okay? And that's right, Asian boy. Right here. Listen, I have put it on screen. Okay? This is what proper communication looks like. This is what proper communication looks like. I am letting you guys know that there will indeed be a heroic spend event on May 16th. I am telling you that there will be a heroic spend event on this channel on May 16th, and that it is perfectly fine and okay for you guys to save and hoard your materials, hoard your gifted subs and your bits until May 16th. All right, that's right, Vic. It's going to be heroic. As a matter of fact, it's going to be so heroic. What did they call the one Matters that was beyond heroic? They had a name for it here not long ago. What was it? Oh, you guys remember what it is, right?
I don't remember. Beyond heroic.
They had one. No, it wasn't mythical. It wasn't quantum. Thank you, Candy White. It was not mythical. No, as we've learned, mythical is actually less than heroic. It costs more, but it's less valuable than heroic. It was quantum. That's right. Candy White's got it right. Quantum event. We've got a quantum event going on. Have we lost XeroGees? You know what? Sadly, XeroGees has retired from Fleet Command. I think. Here's the deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think, you guys, thank you for starting a hype train, too. That's amazing. Thank you. Here's the thing. XeroGees is frustrated like we all are. Yeah. He's extremely frustrated like we all are. And I think he's just taking a much-needed break. All right, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. And to be perfectly honest, I also needed the break. I needed it this weekend. I am so glad that my kids showed up. My kids showed up this weekend and literally kept me out of the studio. They literally showed up and said, "No, Dad, we're going to do stuff." We did. We had such a great dinner on Saturday. We went to the Cracker Barrel. Oh, my God. I love the Cracker Barrel. I love the Cracker Barrel, man. Okay? We went to the Cracker Barrel. And it was really nice. And then yesterday, I stayed up with my kids left yesterday afternoon, but I had stayed up so late Saturday. I stayed up late Friday as I posted the picture. So Sunday, I decided after they left, I decided to lay down and take a nap. It was 3:30. I woke up at 8.
Nice.
I woke up at 8.
Nap.
And I was like, I really just don't want to get out of bed, bro.
That's messaged. Not a nap. That's 5.5 hours. That's sleep. That is, you just day slept. That's not nap. You can't call that nap.
That was okay. Yeah, no, I went to bed at 3:30 in the afternoon, got up at 8 p.m., Wilson. 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
Yeah, and I almost came out here, but I got to be honest with you. I was riding a high of having such a great weekend, having such a phenomenal, good weekend, okay?
That's messed up.
It was just a ridiculous weekend. So much fun away from Fleet Command. Xero, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about you, Xero. Hey, hop up on stage. Here, hang on. Hang on, Xero. I'm bringing you up. Hey, Winnie the Pooh! What's up, you pantsless bear?
OMGDJs.
What?
Are we excited for the heroic adventures of Scopley?
Uh-huh.
Is this how you get hyped on a Monday?
Yeah.
Preparing for epic quantum super awesome event?
Yeah.
What do you mean Scopley did nothing wrong? B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Scopes is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Thank you, Juby. Appreciate that very much. Well done. Thank you. All right, XeroGees. Hang on just a second. I'm loading said software. I didn't have it loaded. Cruzito says, why are you or does anyone let the game affect them? It's a game, not a career. I don't get it. No, that's exactly it, man. I mean, first of all, I agree with you. That's why I decided to take the weekend off. Honestly, I took the weekend off. I hung out with my family. I hung out with my kids, and I was going to come yesterday, but like it was like, man, I've had such a great weekend. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna hang out for a minute. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Sunday night, and that's it. Okay, hang on. Xero, we were just talking about you a moment ago because there were some questions about you. And I know the message that I got from you. I'm going to send you a quick invite. I've got audio only right here now. Juby says, I owe you a pod. Okay. All right. I think what I'm hoping is, and I'm not speaking for anybody, okay? I'm hoping that Xero's going to pop up here and just be like, hey, yes, I'm mad. Bro, I'm angry. And this is grumpy. This is grumpy Xero. But I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to do like UltimatDJz has counseled me to do in his infinite wisdom and his legendary expertise. And I'm going to take a minute for me. I'm going to charge my batteries, and I'll see you when I see you. Is that what we can hope to hear from you, XeroGees?
I don't think so.
No.
I think this is really good for me.
Xero's like, yeah, no, I'm out. All right. Xero, you sent me the message this past weekend. I was really sad. Sethan says Studio B just isn't the same. Well, no, he did say he would come around for Studio B, but I think you said that you've had it with Fleet Command, right? Tell me why you came to this decision now this week as compared to any other time.
Well, funny enough, we've talked about this before. This has been brewing since Trash Points. Oddly enough, the ultimate thing that snapped in my head was after Arenas Friday night. Got manhandled by somebody that was way lower than me, and I realized it's because their the hierarch PvP crew is significantly higher, and it's not something that I'm not going to spend on that. So that's not the ultimate reason. That's just the moment when it snapped for me.
Oh, okay. I was expecting something else. Mosh says, why is everyone mad?
There's a lot of things. So like I said, that was the moment that it just snapped, that I was done with it at that point. Coming into this arc, I wasn't excited about, a lot of things. It's sad when G5 scrapping was seemingly the highlight when we knew it wasn't going to be that great. Yeah, it was better than what we expected.
Wait, was it?
But yeah,
it was better than you expected? Is it better than you expected?
I guess that's tough to say. I wasn't expecting anything, honestly.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the change to the battle pass as well. Not so much the fact that they added the mythic. I easily could pass on that. But they took away choice tokens, and that I know it's been talked about. The reasons and all that, but that's not good for me. So
yeah, it doesn't feel good. They've definitely made a lot of effort to seemingly slow things down this month. And I don't fully understand that. Now, I have a theory. Okay? Doss says it's all about G6 scrapping, baby. I know. It was just a stepping stone, right? It was just a stepping stone. But I have a what-if theory. By the way, this is not, let me just go ahead and throw out disclaimer in all sense of the words. Complete disclaimer, okay? They have not indicated this to me in any way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of wondering, is it possible? Is it possible, Xero, that they were testing our resolve? And what I mean by that, Xero, is for months and months and months, we have said, take a month off, don't do content, and fix stuff. Now, granted, there's not a lot being fixed right now. Totally get that. Okay, totally get that. But is this not kind of the same thing as them taking a month off? We're not getting new content. Nothing that people can participate in. Like, the stuff isn't available for anybody unless you're going to spend on it. Okay, fine. The battle pass is slowing down. The wave defense battle pass is slowing down. Alliance tournament's slowing down. Everything's slowing down. Everything is slowing down. Is this not the same as them just saying, hey, we ain't doing nothing for the month?
Well, I mean, with things that they've done, I'd have to, drop a quote from a movie. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I love it. Yes. Fair. Totally fair. Habermeyer says, but they did do a lot, and it's all bad. That's true. That's true. But, I just kind of wonder if this is, and by the way, I don't think that they did it on purpose. I think that they have made terrible, terrible decisions this month. Terrible decisions. But I think there's also another side to it, Xero, right? Like, I think from our perspective, we can be super mad. We can be upset, which we all are, right? But the message that I would want to send is, okay, I'm just not going to buy this stuff. Like, I'm out. I'm not spending money on this. But I'd like to stick around and see what you come back with, because obviously they're not going to be happy with this, right? They're not going to be happy with this. They're not going to. There's no way, right? I mean, we're seeing people archive. We're seeing people quit. We're seeing people open up their bases. All right, we know. Listen, how many alliance gifts are you guys seeing? My alliance. This is. Let's see. I claimed mine. You know what? I think I claimed mine today. For the first time all weekend, I had 17 alliance gifts for the weekend, and that included a weekend spend event. Right. So I'm just kind of wondering. I mean, obviously they're gonna end up responding. They have to. I think. Right? Habermeyer says 17's too many. Probably. But obviously there was something that somebody wanted to buy. Maybe it was a battle pass. Maybe it was a $20 battle pass. Okay? Maybe, whatever. I'm not going to talk anybody out of the $20 battle pass. It still remains the better value that you can get in the game. Okay? Yes, they took some value out of it.
Some G3 player got a Stella.
Maybe somebody in my alliance was brand new and came in and had to buy a relativity. Okay? You never know. You never know. Okay? So, no, Xero, here's the thing, man. We love you. We love you so much. We hope that that you do what's best for you. We hope that you get some peace and some quiet and hang out in Studio B, and maybe we can get things sorted out over here so that you can actually come back and enjoy a game that obviously you loved at one time. And I think people have forgotten that there's a bunch of us, hundreds of thousands of us out here that actually love this game, would be willing to dump so much money into the game if it was just something that we felt good about. You know? And I think that this month hopefully can be a wake-up call for them. Don't know. But whatever the results are, Xeros, you are much loved. We appreciate you so much. Don't go anywhere. Stick around now and then. Pop your beautiful, sexy beard in chat now and then and say hello. And we hope that you're going to keep streaming, right? You're just going to do some other stuff?
I'm already working on the next game.
What is it? What are you playing? Because I've been teasing on something too. I've been teasing on a little something.
It's called Nova Space Armada.
Nova Space Armada. You just can't get away from Armadas, can you? Yeah. See, Scopely, that's all he wants is more Armadas. He just wants more Armadas. Give him Armadas. Nobody asked for waves. Nobody wanted waves. We wanted Armadas. Okay? Armadas. Stupid waves. Nobody wanted more waves. If anything, give us a wave where we have to do an Armada in the wave. Okay? Right, Xero? You're in for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, less waves, less waves.
All right. Well, listen, man, we love you, and don't be a stranger, okay? Thanks for popping in, though.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Very quickly, you guys, can we get a shout-out? Let me get a shout-out for XeroGees, and we'll get him. Make sure to drop him a follow if you haven't, and we'll see what is coming up next for him and his channel, okay? There you go. So Acorum says, I think DJ's basically just described arenas. No, that's PvP. Yuck. Okay? Yuck. Hi, How you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. All right. Listen, we have all kinds of stuff that we can talk about. Berlin says, I've redeemed a name change. Thank you. I will do that now. Thank you very much to Junker Les. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. That's hilarious. Thank you, Berlin Wall. All right. We do have a couple of things to do. Cruzito says, I don't know how to PvP. I'm not going to go that far. Okay?
He doesn't?
I'm not going to go that far. Vic says, guess who still has 2 junkers? Wait a second. Who was it? No, ooh. Broken Wolf? Broken Wolf, it's time to go after Vic. It's time to go after Vic. Okay? We got to get after him. It's time to go after him. He's still got 2 junkers. Hey, by the way, so what we're going to do this weekend, or what we're going to do tonight, is we're going to hang out. We're going to talk. We're going to let you guys sound off a little bit if it's something you feel like you need to do. But mainly, we're going to do what we continue to do. We're going to do what we've always done on this channel. We're going to tell dirty jokes. Okay. We're going to try to bring a smile to your face. We're going to enjoy what we can. We're going to teach what we can, and we're gonna exist, and we're gonna be squishy together. Thank you, Vic, for the sticker. Appreciate that. I will also just tell you we've got some events to do today. I do have one piece of information. Only one. All right. I was not able to get much information, but I was able to get this. A lot of people have asked if the 90 guarantee, the 90 pull guarantee on the Paragon Recruit will cycle after it expires in 14 hours, as in, will this event come back and is my guarantee going to be reset and yada, yada, yada. Okay. The only thing that I've got for you at this particular point is that at this moment, there are no plans to bring back Paragon. As a matter of fact, Paragon was written for this weekend, and what we're going to see next weekend is Cadre. Okay? So what I am being told, okay, is that at this time, there are no plans to rerun the Paragon spend event. Okay? So if you are wanting to spend your Paragon tokens, I would absolutely do that. This timer has 14 hours left on it. You want to spend it, and you want to get these out of the way. And if you did feel like chasing a guarantee token that has 20 shards in it, well, then feel free. Okay? Feel free. All right? But when this expires in 14 hours and 46 minutes, that is expected to be the expiration. Can it return? Yes. I've actually been told specifically that all scheduling is subject to change. That is a very favorite phrase of theirs. It is subject to change. However, at this time, there are no plans for it to return. Okay? So there you go. Now, Havermeyer says, embarrassing. I don't know. I get why they did it. Is anybody confused? Is anybody confused on why they did it? Come on, Matters. Tell me you're confused.
Why they did what? Why they're pulling the Paragon?
Yeah. Tell me why they're... Yeah, thank you, Andalisha. You got it. Okay? You got it.
Just nobody likes it or spent money on it?
No. Has nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, they want more people to spend money on it. If you got halfway there, that's right, Spock. If you got halfway there, they want you to finish it out with packs. Okay? Doss says, I appreciate experimenting with new ideas, just not bad ideas. Listen, this chest is not normally actually a super terrible idea. It just got really bloated. We've actually had this before. Okay? We've totally had this before. What happened with this is that it was way bloated out and we got way less from it. When we've had this type of event before, where if you spent $400, for example, you got that guarantee of 100 shards, for example. Okay? Yeah. We've had that, except now we're looking at if you spend, what is it? $200 or $300, then like you're getting all these shards, but then you're getting a guarantee of 20 shards. It's just not necessarily like it's bloated, right? The math is bloated. So Doss, to your point, it's not the style that's bad. It's the extreme bloat The extreme dilution of this chest, all right, is actually what's super bad about it. And
that's messed up.
Agreed. I agree. And let's see. It was how many of these tokens came in a pack? 160,000, right? 160,000, which is enough for 40 pulls. $200 gets you 80 pulls. This is what was weird to me. This is right here what was weird to me. $200 got you 80 pulls, but 90 is where you got your guarantee. All right? Do we think that was an accident? Obviously not. Okay? Obviously not. That wasn't an accident. That was intentional. Okay? Now, Andalicia says if you bought the packs with 192, it was better, but there was only one of those, right? Wasn't there only one of those? You could get the 192, but then the others were 160, unless you did shenanigans. All right? Now, if you could legitimately get two, and Alicia says there were two, if you could legitimately get two of them. Don't open it, then later I can claim ignorance, right? If you could legitimately get two of them, then maybe. But again, the dilution's really bad. I had a lot of people telling me, look, I'm actually spending money on transporter patterns. Yikes. Not good, Matters. Yeah. That's where this bundle fails. Okay? That's where this bundle fails. All right? It's not necessarily the design, DOS. We've had this design before. Okay? But the problem is that the dilution of these officers is so broad, and they're very old. Spock says, I refuse to spend money if there's a chance at transporter patterns. And I think that's what they missed on here. Okay? Or maybe they didn't miss. Right? Maybe they didn't miss, but they just misjudged, perhaps. Okay? I don't know. I'm not going to presume to know. All right? But this design has been successful in the past. It's actually, Matters, been one of the most successful versions ever if you go back to Ducat. All right? So I can understand why they tried this. They just missed it. Crazy says that's not going to work anymore. No. See, I disagree, Crazy. It would have worked. It would have worked if there were 10 officers in this bundle. It would have worked if there were 10 officers and all of them were new. It would have worked.
And $400 got you 100 shards instead of $300 getting you a guaranteed 20 or 25.
Technically, it was 200. And see, that was another thing. This one relied way too much on RNG. You know what I'm saying? This one now retrieving. Hang on, don't split hairs with me, bro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this. How do I say it? This engine. This design has worked. They got the details wrong. All right. Retrieving says, so DJz is saying the design wasn't bad except for the bad design part. You're making a lot of sense. No, that's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Use your earballs. Okay. This engine has been used and it's been successful. The problem was how they built this one. All right. Too much RNG, way too much diversity or dilution. Too broad of an age in the officers, all right, because that was the big thing for a lot of people is transporter patterns, okay, and the perceived value, right? As Matters just said, $400 would get us a bunch of stuff plus a guarantee of 100 shards, except now $200 gets us practically nothing, and then 40 or 20 shards, right? That is the actual comparison. That's the comparison. $200 can get us 20 guarantees plus maybe 20 more. Or the older model, $400, got us a guarantee, 100 shards. Like, nice. Okay? Now, a lot of free-to-play don't like that, and I totally get that, but spenders do. And this time, they found a way to alienate everybody.
Yeah, DJ, this was diluted. DJ, this was diluted. I think I got like 6 pulls, maybe. I don't know. And at least on half of my pulls, I got a significant amount of transporter patterns, which I don't need. So if I'm pulling transporter patterns, I wouldn't imagine how somebody else that is a steady spender is pulling a boatload of transporter patterns.
Well, let me correct you on one thing. Nobody was getting a boatload of transporter patterns because you could only get a maximum. Here's another problem. You got a maximum of 400 transporter patterns per pull. So it depends on how many pulls you had, Putz. But I mean, I think free to play, what do they give? Like 10 pulls? You know what I'm saying? So like, no,
I have no idea.
That's just it. Nobody got a significant amount. You probably got more transporter patterns than you wanted. Okay. But even then, even if somebody could have wanted transporter patterns, there still wasn't a bunch. It was 400. You could spend 4,000 of these tokens and you could get as little as 75 transporter patterns out of that entire pool. How gross is that? Now, that's the problem with this event. That's the problem with this bundle, is that I could go through all of the stuff to earn 4,000 Paragon Recruit tokens, and I could walk with 75 transporter patterns, and that's the only thing I get. One pull could get me 75. BW Burns says, was 10 pulls free to play? Only got one. I guess it depends on how much you might have been willing to spend in the weekend event, Burn. I didn't. Okay? Me not. Nope, me no do it. As a matter of fact, I even had some people saying, get this. I had some people saying, DJ, there is a Vengeance is Mine event this weekend. There's a Vengeance is Mine event this weekend. And I kind of want to go for Vengeance is Mine, but I don't want to score. I do not want to score in the Paragon Recruit. You know what? I get it. No, I totally get it. I said the same thing. I said, you know what? There will be more Vengeance is Mine. There will be more. I will not contribute to this Poopy Duke event. Not doing it.
I did.
Jules, why?
I did.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I wanted the Vengeance is Mine event.
Well, that's true. And a lot of people, that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma that people had, Jules, is like, hey, I need to work Vengeance is Mine. I've got parts for my board sphere. I don't want to hold back anymore. I've got stuff that I can do with my building. I want to do that. Now, the good news that I'm going to point out here is that you could have technically done both, right? You could have done your specialty materials because that doesn't score in the Paragon event. But some people probably did have to spend some materials just to supplement your milestones, right? Jules, let me ask. How many millions of points did you get in the solo milestone event just off materials?
The solo milestone event? You mean the heroic solo milestone event?
The Paragon material spend event, the one just for materials.
Well, I finished that one. I got 140 million, and I only needed to get 130. So I accidentally overspent because G7 buildings are expensive.
Holy.
So with that value, that also got me fifth place. With that $100 pack value from the SLB, with the a little bit over $100 pack value from the SMS, and with the $100 pack value that we were granted to make a video that we failed miserably at doing, I had over $350 worth of Paragon Recruit tokens. Is that right? That's about right.
Okay.
I am halfway to unlocking Academy Doctor. That's what feels bad.
Well,
I made no progress. I mean, yes, I picked up a few extra shards, but I made no progress. I tiered no other officers from that recruit event.
See.
I got halfway to unlocking the banner officer.
Wow. Yeah. Hashtag.
And I placed fifth in an SLB, finished an SMS. And I think, you may not be wrong in saying that this holds value towards other models that we've seen, particularly like Gold Ducat. However, it came right after a long series of Coda events that basically promised an unlock of the officer if you finished one or more of the heroics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why it feels bad. It's a huge comparison to something that we were able to get a tier 3 of a new officer if we really engaged. Now I engaged, and I don't even think if I won the SLB, I would have gotten an unlock.
Yeah. I will say this, too, is that we have expected, and we've been setting you guys up a long time for a reset in the officer acquisition economy. Okay? I'm not going to deny that. We've been setting you guys up for months on that.
Oh, and one more thing. I actually did get 90 pulls, which means I did get 20 extra Academy Doctor shards. That is included in what got me to halfway.
Oh, God.
All right. Here's this is a reset to officer acquisition. I just feel like it was punched a little too far in the opposite direction. All right.
Yeah, this is not a reset. This is way worse than we've ever had.
No, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
A reset would be win the SLB, get the officer unlock.
Yeah.
This is not even that.
No, the first place got 10 shards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, MJ. It's pain. All right. Here's the thing. Nothing and everything about what they've done this month is a little bit surprising and shocking. Okay? And what I mean by that is we've been expecting an economy reset. They've been warning us about this for months. The thing is that it just came, like Kaviji says, man, it's so much whiplash because things have been good. And all of a sudden now we're back to like G2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, and maybe not even G2. Like Jules, I feel like maybe we find ourselves right now back to like G4 launch week. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
Seriously, I mean, this is what it's like. Cruzito says, I've been calling for this for almost a year. Cruzito, you're not wrong. And we're not wrong. We've been reading the writing on the wall for months. But this feels not even like whiplash. This feels like slamming head first into a locomotive train moving 80 miles an hour. Like that, and we're in a Pinto. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in a Ford Pinto and we're going to decide to play chicken with, you know, a Norfolk Southern locomotive. And we lost. You know what I'm saying? It feels crazy. It's like we hit that wall and now we're scooting backwards at 80 miles an hour in just a pile of wreckage. This is much more of a reset, and it matters is right. You can't really call it a reset, but this is much more of a drastic change than I think anybody expected. But I think a lot of us, like Cruzito said, we did expect it. You know, just Cruzito, I'm sure you didn't expect it in this form, right? You couldn't have expected it in this. With this manifestation. Now, Lost In brings up a really interesting point. And I mentioned to Pal, is Pal here? Is Pal here? Because I want Pal to hear this. All right. And the reason I want Pal to hear this is because 9 times out of 10, he and I don't see eye to eye. All right. 9 times out of 10, he thinks that I'm a super big shill and that I defend when I shouldn't and I'm polite when I should be a jerk. And we've never seen eye to eye on this because my style is not burning things down. Okay. But to Lost In's point, and this is why I want Pal to hear this. Lost In says right here. By the way, Lost In, wavelength, right here. You and me. Okay? He says they are really throwing a lot of bad change at people all at once. It feels like they're trying to drive people out. That's weird. Yeah. That's weird that you write that. That's weird that you write that. Because I wrote 2 messages this past week. They were both on Friday. As a matter of fact, I can tell you right now, what day was May 1st? That was Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. It was Friday. Yes, Corey, I got 6 packs of Oreos, you legend. Thank you. 6. Mwah. By the way, the boys were in town this weekend and ate 2 of those 6 packs. Yeah, Jules. 6 packs of Oreos, and then the kids ate 2 of them. 2 of them. I'm down 33%. Anyway.
Frustrating.
So, yeah, just 6 servings.
Here's what I wrote. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jules actually got this, and I think Lube got this. I said, this is true story. I need someone to save me from myself. All I need is for Jules or Lube to say, DJs, don't send that.
I didn't say anything.
Neither one of them didn't tell me. Neither one of them told me nothing. Neither one of them. So here's what I wrote. Guys, what are you doing? At this point, I feel like you are sending the following message. The end. Roll the credits. You've beat the game. Congratulations. You're all winners. Game over. We no longer care about your sentiment. If you spend money as a player, that's your fault. We'll work on building the game for new players and new whales. Existing players can stick around if they want, but we don't really care either way. Everything you've known and loved is changing, and it's basically because now we've learned how not to program a successful video game. So hopefully we'll have a chance to get it right for the next generation of players. We will no longer attempt to meaningfully earn your spend, but if you want to pay for some slop here and there, we'll give you a few chances. Otherwise, been nice knowing you. Take care. No love lost. Digit.
I love it.
Okay? Now, well, here's the problem with that, Ice Wolf. I asked Lube and Jules to stop me. They didn't. So I did, in a moment of pure professionalism,
hit send.
Did not hit send.
Aww.
I did, however, deliver said sentiment in a slightly modified form. And I will read you what I did send. Okay.
Oh, I hope it's worse.
No, it wasn't worse. It wasn't.
DJ, what is wrong with you?
It wasn't worse. But again, listen, I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. Okay. But again, that's not my style, people. That's not me. And by the way, no, I did not run this through AI. I had to think about this for a hot minute. I had to do it all by myself. Let me see if I can find the one that I did end up sending.
Is it just like, Digit, you're done. You're costing me money. Get effed.
No, here it is.
No? Oh.
We were having a conversation about Leslie.
Oh, yes.
We were having a conversation about Leslie on the day of the patch notes, May 1st. We were having a conversation. And you know what? And I'll actually tell you what the conversation was about. The conversation was actually about the fact that our data guys had found... Guys, does anybody know what they actually put in Leslie's configuration file? It didn't make it into the game, but does anybody actually know about this?
DJ, I have to tell you, what is going on in the lab right now? I have no idea what they had been looking at and parsing out, and our lab rats are going fat poop crazy over this, and I can't even understand what the heck they're doing. So if you've got more, holy Moses.
Well,
I wish people could see into that channel.
So here's the deal. Leslie was obviously changed for ops 50 or for 51 and down. Can I turn putts down? No, I can't. Putts is going to have to turn putts down. So wait a second. Putts, talk for a second. Maybe I can turn putts down. Putts, go.
Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3.
What about Matters? Matters, you go now.
Is it like, I don't know, Putts does not sound super loud to me, so I'm surprised that he sounds really loud to everybody else.
I think you guys were probably, I made a couple of tweaks in my audio settings. I might have to go in and adjust a little bit, but either way.
All right.
You know what? Let me do that. I do see that I'm hitting red here a little bit. I know what I did. and I did it for the sake of recording, but I can see that I'm messing it up. So I'll fix it a little bit.
If that's just too loud, just turn on some background music.
I will speak quieter. I'm sorry.
No.
And I will turn myself down.
No, it's not that. It's honestly, it's not that. I changed a setting, so let me change that. Okay, that should have gotten just a super teeny tiny bit quieter for you guys on Twitch. Okay, but anyway, so we were having the conversation because our data guys found something that wasn't in the blog. All right. And this is where I'm not sure. Maybe the data guys didn't talk about it. Maybe they did. I'm not sure. Quazel's the one. Quazel and Lighthawk were the ones who found it. Hi, Winnie the Pooh. What are you here for?
Here's what DJ's really said. Dear Scopely, I love you. I want to for you all day and night. Please send me free FYI, please make me a better I'm tired of being number 4. Signed, UltimatDJz. P.S. Do you know Captain Stabbin?
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Juby. Thank you. Okay. Cruzito, what are you talking about? Have I not seen the hints or the leak? I don't know what you're talking about. No, I took the weekend off. But here's what happened in the data file. The data file not only had the 51 limit, but it also had a 10-round cap. Okay? Now, the 10-round cap doesn't exist in the live environment. Okay? We found it in the configuration, but as a result of the new as a result of the new battle engine, the configuration files, and this makes it even worse for our data guys. This is going to make it even worse for Lighthawk. It's going to make it worse for for Pseudo. It's going to make it worse for anybody who does battle logs because the configuration files in the officers are no longer used in their entirety. So during this conversation, when we were asking them about the 10-round cap, okay, to the 10-round cap, we were having this conversation before we realized that the 10-round cap was being overlooked in the game code. So we were having this big, long conversation. And this is at the same time as I was writing this other letter because obviously I was super mad about Leslie. Okay? And then I ended up with this. Now, you guys heard what I wrote, which was certainly very sarcastic, very passive-aggressive. Here's what I ended up writing, which, by the way, I'm proud of me, Cruzito. I'm proud of me. We had this conversation about Leslie. With regard to the absolutely disastrous set of recent decisions and implementation failures, I will simply say this. You are making all of the wrong choices here. I don't know why, but this is bad. This is the first time that I've ever felt like your entire portfolio of actions were actually doing significant damage to the game. There's been misses before, but this eclipses them. It's unbelievable, and I'm shocked. Then, so I wrote that. Simple, straightforward to the point, honest, respectful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moderators and content creators posted their affirmation. Very simply put, I echo DJ's sentiment. Complete agreement. Me too, in complete agreement with everything above. I echo this response. These actions are egregious. Communities are in an uproar. It's mayhem out there. That's how I wrote it, okay? Respectful, direct, professional. But I hope I still get my point across. And this is one of those things, guys, where I have a choice, right? And I had this conversation earlier today, Matters, with somebody in the Discord. I think it was Zeron and oh gosh, who was it? They wanted me to use some rather choice words. And I get Pirate Yar. I get it. Okay? I totally get it. I can't remember being this frustrated myself. This is really frustrating. I don't remember it being like this. But I still am not going to get anywhere by going in there and calling them. What was the term that a player asked me to use? I shouldn't say that. It had a lot of expletives in it. Okay. So somebody had also said, yo, this needs to be vocalized. We need to have it in a podcast. We need to be able to talk about it. And I agree with all of those things. I will apologize if you guys felt like I just turned out on you guys this weekend. A, my kids showed up. That was unplanned. But B, I could have done a show yesterday, and I was just like, man, I've had such a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? I've had such a great weekend. I just didn't. Yes, I'm apologizing for no pod yesterday, Juby. But I also don't ever want it to feel like I'm not advocating, because this was stuff that I sent on Friday. I sent this stuff on Friday. All right. And like I said, Jules saw it, Lube saw it, everybody agreed. It was just we don't understand. None of us understand. We don't understand. I don't have an answer for you. Now, Wolfwood asked a good question. Are you getting anywhere now? Have you gotten anywhere in the last several months? Yes. Yes and yes. Okay? For example, Jules, we've been asking about the timer on the Paragon bundle, right? Have we not been asking in dev chat for days and days and days?
Yep.
Well, tonight, I begged through back channels to get an answer. I finally got an answer. So, Wolfwood, to your point, yes, I do still serve a purpose. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but I do. All right? And I'm still trying. And at least now, again, not news that we wanted, Jules, but at least now we know. Okay? J-Babe says it's like pulling teeth. Don't disagree. Don't disagree. Okay? Cruzito says, poor DJs. I think you're going to be disappointed when they come back with a thank you for your patronage, but our data shows something different and we will continue on. Is it going to show something different, Cruzito? Is it? I logged back in earlier this morning and I had 17 gifts from my alliance. 17. Okay? Cruzito, I don't think the whales are in on this. Okay? I really don't. Okay? Yeah. What's usual? 99 plus. 99 plus. Cruzito says, I don't know, but there were a lot of solo leaderboard points scored. Well, let's take a look. Not on my server.
That's probably a lot of that is because of other events, other spend events happening at the same time. And they're going to say, look at all the people that scored in the leaderboard and look how successful it was, but it's bad science because it's not
maybe some people
necessarily what people were trying.
Listen, maybe some people did. Maybe some people did do it.
Some people did.
Maybe people like Jules Verne did do it because they thought maybe it'll work out. Let me ask any of those people, are they satisfied with their payout after scoring 500,000 points? Or sorry, 500 million points.
Jules said he was doing Vengeance is Mine, and he kind of accidentally did that well in the Paragon event.
Okay.
Which is not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Which is not good.
IJ, look here, says, I feel ashamed. Okay, now, obviously, he shouldn't feel ashamed. Okay, but I know that some people, and this is another thing that feels bad. Okay, by the way. And I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to say this broadly and openly. This event was probably one of your most gambliest, most vague, most RNG heavy, most shiniest, but don't pay anything events that you've done in a very, very, very long time. I have to believe that was what was intended. Okay? Have to believe that that was what was intended. But if people spent on this event this time and got what they got, let me ask, are they going to do it again? So I come back and I circle around and ask the question, is anybody surprised that Paragon was a one weekend one and done? No. They got you, baby. They got them. Okay? Got you. I got them, baby. All right. Now, is it going to happen again? Don't know. Don't know. And could it happen again? Sure. Maybe Cruzito's right. Maybe the data is going to say that it was mildly successful. Maybe they do try it again. The simple fact that it was designed as a one-time run tells me all I need to know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need to know. Risk breaker, you might have missed the beginning of the show. All right. Here's my direct quote. As of this time, Paragon Recruit was a single run event and will not return. Subject to change. It can happen again. Obviously, that can happen. But your 90 pull guarantee runs out in 14 minutes or 14 hours and 13 minutes. Marsport says, I was going to hoard the tokens. For God's sakes, don't do that. Can you imagine how much worse it would feel to have done all that, earned the tokens, and then not gotten anything out of it? That would be even worse. Okay? So, spend your tokens. Okay? Queen Fanny says, I hope it doesn't run again. Well, I mean, it could. That is certainly their prerogative. But if we all feel how this paid out this time, I'm not sure it will run again. To be honest with you, I don't know that it will. Strider says, why spend the tokens? Why not? Spend them. Bundle goes away in 14 hours, bro. Spend them.
Gotta get those transporter patterns.
You better amp up those transporter patterns. Strider says, I did it for vengeance, not the officer. Now, in all fairness, that goes a little bit against the spirit of get paid, right? Like, on principle, maybe you don't want to spend them. I get that. But now you're just giving up stuff that you've already got. You might as well. Okay? You might as well. Take what you can get. All right? But you're right, Candid Onion. Cadre is planned for next weekend. Ding, ding. Okay? You're absolutely right. This weekend was Paragon. Next weekend, Cadre. Here it is. Cadre Recruit. Let's take a look. Does it not look almost exactly the same? Holy smokes, guys. It's the same. It's literally the same. Okay? It's the exact same. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. And with regard to whether they run it again, if they do, I'd say there's a better than outside chance that they name it something else. Not Paragon.
Just to be clear,
not Cadre.
It's not the same.
Well, no, it's not. It's not exactly the same.
Because it doesn't have any officers released this month.
Well, that's true.
You know what? Just to celebrate that, I'm going to eat an Oreo cookie.
Just one? Like a box?
Just one box of Oreo cookies.
Just one box.
All right. Yeah. So yes, to be clear and to be fair, it's not the exact same. It's the exact same mechanic with a different.
If it were to show up last month.
It's the exact same mechanic with a different officer set. Okay. Strider says, I have 25 chest pulls. What's the over-under on EMH shards? Ooh, do it right now, Strider. I am going to say, with 25 pulls, I'm going to say you get 5 doctor shards. 5. Jules, what's the number? What's the number? Let's do this. Go around and chat. Hold on, before you do it, Strider, or at least before you give your answer, let's get everybody's answer. Matters.
Let's do a poll.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do a poll. Lou, no. Let's bet toy mice. Let's bet toy mice. No. We got to bet toy mice. We're going to bet toy mice. Yes. Here we go. We haven't had anything good to gamble on in a while. Okay. 25 pulls. I say we haven't had anything good to gamble on in a while, but we're talking about Paragon. All right, just kidding. 25 pulls of Paragon. How many, oops, can't type. How many EMH shards? Okay, I'm going to go with 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all I can do. All right, I'm going to take out, you know what? I'm going to take out 0 and put 10. So we've got 1 through 10. It's a 2-minute poll. Okay? 2-minute poll. There you go. It's up. You guys vote. 2-minute poll. And Alicia says I should have gone beyond 10. Not a chance. No need. No need. No. It's definitely not going to be more than 10. Wow. No way it's going to be more than 10.
So if it is more than 10, 10 wins.
If it is more than 10, then 10 wins. No.
Okay. Just
I should have said 10 plus. Should have said 10 plus, shouldn't I have?
Well, you can just say it now. Because everyone who's going to submit in the poll. Now, there is still ads for another 25 seconds. Oh, you may have to re-explain the rules in 25 seconds.
Okay, well, that means that nobody even got, that means people in ads didn't even get to vote. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cancel this and refund. I'm going to cancel it and refund everybody's. I'm going to cancel it and refund everybody.
They'll have a minute.
No, they won't. Oh, yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
They'll have a minute. Just
okay,
5 seconds.
Okay,
you'll re-explain it.
Welcome back from ads. You've got 60 seconds. There's a poll open. We've got 25 shards in the Paragon Recruit bundle. We are currently gambling our toy mice on how many doctor shards we're going to get out of 25 pulls. The poll is up. You've got 30 seconds left, 40 seconds left. Is it going to be 0? Is it going to be 1? 0 or 1 all the way up through 10 plus. Okay, that's it. Go vote right now. You can spend your toy mice, and Strider is the one who's pulling. You've got 27 seconds left. We have 25 of these Paragon pulls. So that means that he's got right at 100,000 currency. 100,000. That's 25 pulls. How many doctor shards is he going to get? My money is absolutely on less than 10. Less than 10. Hypochondriac says, I thought you were pulling. I can't. I spent mine the other night, remember? I spent mine the other night. You're right. Yeah, this is a prediction. We're gambling, Retro Fury. All right, we're continuing the energy of the weekend, and we're gambling. Alan says 90,000 got me 12 or 13. Really? Jules, do you think he's going to get more than 10?
I said 10 plus.
You think he's going to get more than 10?
I just did a 5 chess poll, and I got 5. So, and I know that's really
average,
lucky, but
the mathematical average for a 25 chess should be 11.6. I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, submission's closed. Good. I said it at the right time.
All right. So mathematically, there should be 11 shards in what Strider pulls. Strider, let's pull up the hey, Tarpy, you want to hop in voice? This would be even better. This would be better. It'd be more climactic if we get it that way. Let me find my drum roll. We're looking for the answer. He's rolling. There's Tarpy on the stage. Hold on. No more. Got to do the drum roll again. Tarpy, how many doctor shards from 25 pulls?
$17.
Oh, damn. That's pretty good.
yes, I win again.
All right, so 27% of you voted 10 plus. Strider says that's actually shocking. How many did you get? How many did you say? 17? Is that what you said?
She said.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Guffa says, holy crap, I have 100 pulls. That means you have 400,000 currency? You have 400,000 currency? And you didn't buy any in a pack. You must have won your leaderboard. Retrieving says, I did 27 pulls. I got 16 of the doctor. Guffa says, I have 472,000. Dude, that's 115 pulls. You're going to get a 20 shard bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Cruzito says, pay me my mice, DJs. Do you not remember my DM about the Paragon stuff? Yes, but where your DM breaks down, bro, is in the transporter patterns. Nobody's going to put a value on those. Okay? Nobody's going to put a value on those. All right. Let's pay out the outcome. It was 10 plus. Choose outcome. It was 10 plus. Congratulations. There you guys go. There are your toy mice. Congratulations. Matters.
Yep.
Matters just won 270,000 toy mice. That's insane. 270,000. Congratulations to you. Denver Stone, also 200,000. Cruzito picked up on roughly 80,000. Don Zeno, thank you for your 39-month resub. Hypochondriac picked up on 53,000. And Delicia on 44,000. Retrieving on 27,000. And congratulations to you guys. Yeah, Retrieving says, I just won 36,000 toy mice. Yeah, but you spent 10,000, so you actually netted up 27,000. So, but still, congratulations to you guys. That is surprising. That is someone surprising. Okay? And somehow more rewarding than most people got this past weekend. Okay. IJ says, I have 716,000 Paragon recruits. Will trade for toy mice. See, right? I'm with you. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. So there you go. Congratulations, everybody. That was fantastic. Now, one of the other things that I did want to do, I didn't want to do all commentary tonight. I actually have events to do. I really didn't do much this weekend. I did log in for a little bit Saturday morning just to get my ticketed events done. Divine says, so do we move on to the positive of this arc? Sure. Okay. If that's what you want to do, Divine. Positives. Alliance Tournaments is coming tomorrow. Yeah, Kinslayer, you're right. I should have done buckets like that. Honestly, I didn't think there were going to be that many, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that. Do I like duo waves? Okay. You know what? Yes. Don't hurt me. Don't. Yes.
What are they like?
I like the idea of them. Okay? I like the idea of them. I think that they're still extremely buggy. I think we're not running enough of them. I think they're not sourcing enough of them, and I think the rewards are not strong. I think everything about it is weak. All right? But I do like the idea. All right? I do. As a matter of fact, yeah, Loston says, I'm liking the duo waves. Because, see, that's it, Loston. I like the idea of it, too. Pal, here's the thing, because you guys always twist my words, right? I like the idea of it, but the rewards are terrible. The loop is awful. The refinery is scaled terribly. The rewards are completely siloed and kind of dumb. You know? I like the idea of them, but I don't like how they've turned out. The refine loop, it's garbage. The training hostels, garbage. The sourcing of the stuff in the Academy refinery, garbage. And look at this. You know, here's one of my things. Lost In can probably comment on this. You know what? 340,000 steel that I can get with science credits that I can spend by clearing a wave. That's great. I mean, it's not an earth-shattering amount of steel, but I do like steel. Okay, I like steel, but it's not an earth-shattering amount. I earn way more than this in other things. Oh, these are engineering credits? Okay, fine. That's right. The materials come with the science credits. Listen, these materials are nothing to write. These materials are not anything to write home about.
And just so you're clear, the engineering credits that you'll get from a wave, the ones that you can do, won't actually pay for one chest of that resource.
Yeah. So, and I'm using them for the building. I'm using them for duo wave starts. There's a 3-day cooldown on this chest. So it's not an earth-shattering amount of stuff. You know, it's just...
Oh, and DJs, it will take you 2.5 waves of 66, which is probably what you can do, to pull one chest of those materials.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
So that's about 2.5 weeks of building up the starts.
Yeah, like I said, I like the idea of it, but the economy and the execution has been absolutely garbage. Terrible. Officer Laurels, good luck ever promoting an officer ever again. Okay? You're not going to do it. The EMH officer, Shards, out of here. Good luck. Okay? Now, Red
And a
says...
25% chance of nothing.
No. Well,
Officer XP is a 25% chance.
It's actually 26.
Or it's practically nothing.
Now, Zyra says there's no guarantees, all chances. Technically, I guess that is factually correct as far as officer shards go, because there is a 74% chance at officer shards, 26% chance at officer XP. Who gives a crap? Yeah. So yeah, there is full on gambler mode, full on RNG. They have really triple, quadruple, quintupled down on RNG with this arc, and I believe it's purely intentional. And let's be objective about that for a second. There are games that are successful that are purely gambling games. Like, that's why I kind of wrote what I wrote, Jules, right? That's why I kind of feel like, okay, we've now learned how not to ruin our own economy. We've now learned how to not set expectations with players who are going to hold us to standards in the future. I feel like we are now seeing an experimental reset. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't think they give a crap about us sticking around. Look, think about this for a second. This is going to blow your minds. Okay? But follow me here. They've got 7 years of content that they could recycle. 7 years of content. No, there's nothing NDA'd about this. Think about it from a business perspective, bro. 7 years of content that they could recycle. Now, you want to know something crazy? 20,000 people downloaded this game in the month of April. 20,000 people downloaded the game in the month of April.
On purpose?
All right. Now, Zyrus, clip it. All right. Now, here's the thing. All right. How many were brand new users? Draven, let's ask ourselves that question. Think about this. All right. As pissed off as we all are, how many of them do you think was actually us? Like, hey, this game's terrible now. We hate it. Let's start again. Okay? Like, no. Okay? No. Now, Killer Cujo's does have an interesting theory. 19,000 were new player reinstallations because they broke the game. It's possible. That is possible. I'll have to find out how many of them made it to level 10. That may be a better question. How many of them exceeded level 10? All right. Good question. I'll come back to you on an answer for that. How many exceeded level 10? However, think about this. Okay? Think about this. They've got 7 years worth of stuff. They've already told us how difficult it is to program for that many generations of player. There's a reason that I wrote this letter, Jules. I didn't just make it up. It wasn't for funny. It wasn't for funsies. Okay? This is exactly how it feels. This is how it feels. This is turning into STFC slots. Okay? It's all about RNG and gambling. And spin the wheel. See what you get. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some of those players stick around. Maybe some of those players go and recycle their accounts. Listen, we have heard that the mid-ops experience is the best part of the game right now. Do we think that is a mistake? Is that a mistake?
It was supposed to be.
What do you mean supposed to be a mistake? No.
Well, because they just spent half a year trying to push everyone up into the high ops area, and then they went and they did uncolorful things to us once we got here.
I don't know. I think Cruzito's spot on. DJs, don't you remember? That's what this game was like in the very beginning, and it made so much money. They did. This game was no battle pass. No battle pass. Okay? It was all packs, all for gotcha tokens, everything. Like, Cruzito is 100% right. I know a lot of you mid-ops players or your 4 or 5 years players, you don't remember. Okay? You don't remember. 7 years ago, that's all this game was gotcha. And missions and gotcha pulls. There wasn't anything else.
Hey, DJs, I had the scariest phrase ever uttered leveled at me on Sunday.
What was that?
My wife asked, "What is Xsola?"
Uh-oh.
Needless to say, I told her and then asked about when she wanted to pick out her new gazebo.
Yeah,
probably money better spent.
I agree. Okay. Now, Trek Diva, you're right. There's a lot of stuff back in the day. You had a captive audience. There was COVID. There was nowhere to go. STFC was new. It was a lot simpler. Guys, this is going to sound absolutely crazy. The game was stable as hell. The game was functionally perfect. Okay? Truly. Hundreds of thousands of people downloaded the game. Hundreds of thousands. In its first year, 700,000+ active players. True story. In the first year, 700,000 active players. No bugs. I mean, very few. There were bugs, but very few. The game was stable. Lag wasn't a thing. Okay? Guys, the game was solid 7 years ago. We've stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked. Mad Mel says, cool story, bro. This is the point, though. This game has gotten so bloated. Think about it for a second. Just, is it so hard to imagine? Is it so hard to imagine that they would want to flip a reset button? Now, I'm not saying that they're going to. Listen, this game's got a lot of miles left. Okay, let me go ahead and tell you now. I do not, and regardless of what anybody says, I do not think this game is shutting down. This game is not closing its doors. It's not in emergency mode. It's not going to be like May 30th and the game is over. That's not happening. Okay, first of all, it's way too big for that. Okay. Way too big for that. There's way too many people working on it. And there are too many people down in mid-ops spending money. But I'm going to point out, mid-ops is working right now. Okay? Mid-ops is working. And by the way, Xero says, tell that to Spirit Airlines. Spirit's been in trouble for a long time. Okay? Spirit's been in trouble for a long time. Now, Floyd says, not yet, but it's going downhill. Well, listen, it's going downhill for us. Sure, I can agree with that. Is it for mid-ops? Is it for new players? It's actually not. And this is how...
It's not changing. It's not getting ruined.
What do you mean?
It's because the new content isn't for mid-ops. So all this breakneck stuff that people can't do that is making people run away and quit and stop playing the game, but it doesn't affect them. They can't do it yet.
Okay, what's your point?
That's why it's good there, because it's all the stuff that came before that was actually good.
Yeah. 7 years worth of content. 7 years worth of stuff that they could put a new event cover on, draw up a little bit of art, or not, right? And run it again.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I am not saying that is their intent. I started this whole thing with a disclaimer. This is what it feels like, and this is what a lot of you guys are worried about, right? A lot of you guys have said, oh, my God, it's the end of days. First of all, no, it's not. They're definitely shaving life off their own game. There's no doubt about that. Okay? They're shaving life off their own game. But it's also not going to disappear tomorrow. Okay? There's a lot of life left to live. There's a lot of revenue still coming. There's a lot of people still working on the game. All right, this is not the end of days. All right? It's definitely not. But I can see a world. I can see a world in which we get extremely monetized because making new content for us is too expensive. Let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could be wrong. Where's the GM? No idea. No clue.
Do you think that they're going to need to create new veils? Or
merge veils?
Maybe not. Merge veils? Oh, they go the other direction. No, I meant like create all new ones.
Why?
Because of the number of people hitting G7. Or do you think that 3 will probably actually be enough?
I don't know.
Like for North America.
I don't know.
I don't know either. If you asked me 4 months ago, I would have said, well, they're going to have to keep creating more and more and more. But now I'm like,
I don't think so.
They might be fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have, good call. You still have retaliation hostiles that are broken, formation armadas that are broken. Joachim still, I don't think, is working right. Now we know what's going on with Leslie, except we don't know what's going on with Leslie. All right. So, yeah, and Alicia, I think you're exactly right. We're asking them to fix stuff. They're not. And I think at this point, we're getting our answer, right? We've said this a lot in the past. Like, we don't always like the answer that we get, but sometimes at least they give an answer. And Vic, by the way, accurately points out there are 2% of players in G7. You're right. So, again, Cruzito had this right months ago. And Vic, I think you're 1,000% right. I think you're 1,000% right. Guys, we are beyond the curve. We are ahead of the curve. They are going to slow our asses down. Okay? They are going to slow us down to a point that is mind-boggling, frustrating, and guess what? They, in all likelihood, are accounting for that in their formulas. All right, that was the nice way to say that. Okay, that was the nice way to say that. We are a foreseeable, acceptable, what do they call it? An acceptable casualty? Is that what it is? Say it how I mean. We're an acceptable loss.
Mm-hmm.
We're collateral damage, acceptable losses, casualties of war, whatever you want to call it. 98% of the game is where they are programming. Okay? That means 2% of the game. Think about this, guys. 2% of the game. 2% of the game is being what we feel to be monetized beyond our willingness to be monetized. Is that correct? I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me ask the question. This is a very fun question. I like this question. Okay? I like this question because people always ask it. And Divine, sometimes we don't like the answer. Divine says, so you mean their main spenders are their acceptable casualties? Now, let me ask you a serious question. Completely take yourself out of that population for a second. Hypochondriac asked the same question. How much revenue does the 2% give? A lot, but clearly not as much as maybe we think, or we wouldn't be expendable. Right? I mean, if their monetization is coming out of mid-ops, if their monetization is coming out of packs and stuff like that they're selling to young and mid-ops, Guffa says I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know, man. How much revenue do you think that, how much revenue this month do you think that top 2% is providing to the game? I bet it's not as much as you guys think. I don't know. I could be wrong. By the way, they're not telling me this stuff. I am 100% purely speculating. Okay? But Lost In is right. They know, and we know, we've seen it, that even big spenders burn out. Even the whales will hit their point that they are not going to exceed. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it with every generation. Okay? We've seen it from every generation of new content introduced that people hit their limits. So, you know, how much money are the super whales making for the game? Probably not as much as we like to think. Yeah, Polar Bear. It's like a gambling limit. It's a sunk loss kind of philosophy. We're only going to spend so much, and then we're pretty much done. And I could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. But 2% of the game exists in G7. 2%. Do you think that that 2% is responsible for even 75% of this game's income? Because I bet it's not.
Not even 25.
Cruzito says, and you are correct, Cruzito says there are new servers and there are already Ops 60 players in a month. Where do you think their monetization is coming from? Lost In says, I would have bet 50%. I think that's still generous. You could be right. Again, I don't have the data. All right. But I do not believe. And this is a hard lesson, right? This is a hard thing for us to accept. Even me, even Griffin, who I had a conversation with earlier today. And maybe even Lost In has looked in the mirror and had this conversation with himself. It's hard to look and have the conversation that says we're not important anymore. Like, nobody wants to feel that way. We all want to feel like Scopely should be catering to us. We all want to feel like they should be doing what we want. We all want to feel like they should be designing for us. Should they be? Guffa says, why would they make the content if you're not important? Well, they made the content. 2% of people have chosen to spend in it. Guffa, 2%. I think what has actually happened is they made G7 expecting people to do exactly what they did to G6. That didn't happen. You know, that didn't happen. So now what? Corellia says if they're not designing for us, what they should give us should at least work perfectly. Well, again, I don't think we're the priority anymore, guys. Well, I don't think we are. And again, this is just DJ's chatting. This is just my tinfoil hat theory. I don't think we're on the radar anymore, guys.
Do you want to know what percentage of cash flow in my alliance came out of G7?
Sure.
I just pulled up my game, and I've got 76 alliance gifts since whenever the last time I looked was. I don't know what it is. One of them, 1 out of 76, came from a G7 player.
What is this? One of the. Oh, wait, no, that was mine. Never mind. What am I looking at here? Maverick task reset in 1 hour and 39 minutes. Wait a second. I joined my third task. What is this? I just had one of my tasks cycle early.
Uh-oh.
I just had one of my tasks cycle early. Yeah. The aggregation alliance flipped to FKR. No. Is that what you got? My solo. Oh, look here. So one solo and one alliance test flipped early. How does that happen?
Same bug as last week.
Oh, I don't pay attention because I never look at it on the last day, I guess.
I submitted a bug report.
So many bugs. Again. Guys, I can't speak it any more than I've already spoken it. Okay? We are not the priority. And I'm going to reread Scopely's unofficial letter to the community. Okay? Congratulations. You beat the game.
That's messed up.
You're all winners. Roll the credits. Okay? If you stick around, great. If you spend money, great. But that's not the gravy for us anymore. It's not. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm going to do like Lost In. Okay? Because, by the way, Lost In's got it right. I know all of us are super serious, and we're angry, and we're frustrated, and I get that. I get it. I was too on Friday. And then I had a weekend where I played with my kids and I touched grass. So, no 2 for 1. I don't think that's the answer. He says everyone here needs to stop playing? Nah, I don't think so. But you know what? I'm going to be like Cruzito. Okay? I'm going to be like Cruzito. I'm going to be like Lost In. I'm going to be like Riskbreaker. I'm going to remind myself that it's a game. And I'm going to do what makes me feel good. Okay? That's right, Fisty. Have fun. Whatever happens, happens. Okay? Whatever happens, happens. Corey says, I don't play as much as I used to. Neither do I. Polar Bear says,
I'm so positive. I'm
There
full
you go.
of positive energy.
Have some positive energy. Okay? It's a game. It's a game. And by the way, I am going to offer something. I have something to offer on our 24-hour stream that's going to come in Tampa in 2 weeks. And Hani says, I don't worry if I miss a day anymore. Neither should you. You should not worry if you miss a day. Who cares? Okay? Let me show you something. This is disappointing. But it happened. Whatever. I can't do anything about it. Is what it is. I missed a day. Wait, that's not it. Interstellar Dominance. What is that? Not the one I was looking for. I missed a day in the meta. Let me find the meta.
Combat simulation meta.
Yeah. Where the hell is it? Where'd it go?
Oh, I missed one too.
Where is it? It's gone.
They relaunched it.
Yeah,
Now there is a new combat.
Who are you?
Oh.
What's your
The
name?
state of the game may be a bit low right now, but it's important to stay positive.
That's right.
I'm here every time to enjoy the stream, and by God, I'll be here until that happens.
That's messed up.
That's actually really funny. Thank you. All right. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm with you, man. That's what I said at the beginning. We're just here. We're here to unplug. We're here to play some games. We're here to talk, have a conversation, whatever, blow off some steam, and we're going to roll on. Okay? Yeah, right here. Combat simulation. I missed it. I missed it by one. By one event. I got 500 points out of the 600. Guess what? Don't care. 40 building parts? Who gives a crap? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? This is almost like, again, looking at this reset, okay? Looking at this like reset kind of thing that Digit's pulling on us here, okay? Who cares? This up here. Let's take a look at our Wave Defense Battle Pass. Wave Defense Battle Pass. Let me ask just a quick question. Should anybody in this stream actually care? Should anybody watching this channel right here, right now, actually care? Andy says, but 65 Laurels. Yeah, it takes 1,000 to go from tier 1 to tier 2. All right. Should anybody in here be worried about this event, this pass? The correct answer is no. Okay? The correct answer is no. So forget about it. Forget about it. Guess what? This is something I don't have to remember to do. What are you smacking me for? Oh, you're smacking the wave. There you go. He was smacking the wave defense battle pass. Thank you, Vic. All right. Smacking the battle pass. Okay? And yes, Wilson, I keep saying digit. Ultimately, it's Scopely. Call it what you want. All right? Listen, and I did a long segment on this on Thursday or Friday or whenever it was. Okay? Me personally, I'm developing a wonderful relationship with the Pokemon Go team. I'm very excited about Chicago, guys. I'm super excited about Chicago. And we've got a whole, listen, for the 24-hour stream, we got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be planning for you guys, and I'm pretty excited about it. All right? And I'm going to tell you, some of it involves Pokemon Go. Okay? Some of it involves Pokemon Go and what we're doing in Chicago, and I think it's cool. I think it's very cool, and I'm looking forward to working with this team. Okay? They've been so responsive to me. They've been so kind and so inviting. All right? And this is awesome. We're descending upon Chicago on June 5th. We're going to spend 3 days with the Niantic. Thanks for your balls. Thank you, Vic. Appreciate that. We're spending 3 days. 3 days with the Niantic team. Okay? Certainly says no interest in Pogo. In a few years, they'll do an STFC. See, here's why I don't think so. Well, let me rephrase. Do I think that they're going to become more monetized? Yes, because that's what Scopely does. Okay? That's what Scopely does, is they improve monetization. All right? But Niantic already has such a great core and a great team and, honestly, a pretty solid product. Okay? And I'll tell you this. That's right, Fisty. Pokemon isn't going anywhere. Okay? They're having their 10-year anniversary. Ken Shadow says it started pretty monetized. I don't disagree, and I do think that it'll come back to that, Ken Shadow. Okay? As a matter of fact, there's already battle passes over at Niantic now. Okay? That is a Scopely signature. There's already battle passes. All right? I do think that they will probably tweak on their monetization. That's what they're supposed to want to make money. Okay? They're supposed to want to make money. Fine. They've had battle passes before. Great. I know that they haven't recently. I know that the new battle passes they've got now are relatively new because I'm having these conversations with them. All right? Maybe they did have battle passes before, but I know that they didn't until probably about 6 or 7 months ago. All right? And then battle passes have come back. All right? 2for1 says they'll ruin it. Give them time. Maybe. The game's 10 years old. And the game has tens of millions of players instead of tens of thousands. There's a little bit of a difference there. I'll also tell you, I did, as an STFC player, see, we're also super, gosh, guys, we've been so desensitized to spending. We've been so desensitized to spending. All right? I spent $100 in Pokemon Go 3 months ago. You want to know something? I still have over half of the currency left from that purchase that I haven't used yet. This is insane. I bought coins. What are they called? Pokecoins or whatever? I bought $100 worth. All right. Now, this is me thinking that $100 is a reasonable purchase in the game. Like, that's dumb, right? I have been trained in my brain to think $100 is what I should be spending on an in-game purchase. Okay? Strider says, I spent $100 on Fortnite this weekend. It doesn't cost $100. It doesn't. You get so much for $100 in Fortnite. You get so much for $100 in Pogo. You know, it's crazy. I spent $100 in Pogo like 2 months ago, and I still have probably half the currency from that pack I haven't even used yet. It's crazy. We're so desensitized to it. Do I think it'll get worse? Sure. Sure, I think that the monetization will increase. That's what they do. That's their job. Okay? But the game already has millions and millions of players. And what appears to be a relatively decent core. You know? So think about it. And for the record, also, I've been saying for months, Digit is a different kind of beast, man. All these game studios, you know, who wrote Stumble Guys? You know, that was an acquisition. Has Scopely actually written their own game yet? I don't think so. They acquire everything from other studios. I don't think they've developed their own product yet. They buy products from studios, and then they keep those studios on to maintain the project. That's what Scopely does. Okay? So, let's go out and ask questions. Stumble Guys, who was the studio on it? Monopoly Go, who was the studio on it? Scrabble Go, who was the studio on it? STFC, we know them. That was Digit. Marvel Strike Force, who was the studio? That was Fox Games. Okay? Who was the studio for... what else do they have? I asked Stumble Guys. All right. Niantic, that's Pogo. In other words, Balabum says, Scopely's a bunch of pack-leds? Yep. Cruzito, thank you. WWE. Who's got thank you, Samus Aran. Zigna, that was Scrabble Go. That's right, Scrabble Go, that was Zigna. Absolutely. Okay? And certainly says, I'm telling you now, any of these companies can and will kill studios. They have done it in the past. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Scopely hasn't done it yet. Digit could be the first. They could be. I don't think they will be, to be honest with you. I think our feelings are hurt.
I think Scopely actually made Monopoly Go. I don't know who. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember seeing anyone else's name on the splash screen.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think they did.
Monopoly Go, author, studio. I'll be damned. Nope. Created by Genjoy. Genjoy Studios.
Who?
Genjoy. Genjoy was a studio based in Sevilla, Spain. The game was released in April of 2023 and supported by partners Lemon Sky Studios and Thunder Cloud Studio. Let's see. So when did Scopely buy Monopoly Go? That happened in... So, Scopely has been with it since global launch, but they acquired Genjoy Studios, who developed the project. So there you go. So Scopely released, you're right, Matters. They released Monopoly Go, but again, not from their own hallways. Not from their own hallways. They bought a studio. Scopely is the EA of mobile games. Yeah, okay. Yep. So there you go. Has Scopely ever written their own game? Nope. Sure haven't. They buy studios. All right. Crash Override, thank you for your 45-month resub at Tier 1. Thank you. Trickle, Tier 1, 39 months. Thank you guys so much. That helps me with my PPP points. So, I wasn't planning on making this a podcast tonight, but it's been a really interesting conversation. Maybe we should be. Maybe this is the vocalization that you guys have been needing. All right.
There hasn't really been any visuals, so it might be a good idea.
Yeah, there hasn't been any visuals, really. We've just been talking. They created Dice with Buddies. Dice with Buddies, was that not Scrabble Go? Or no, that was Yahtzee. That's right. Wait, was that Zigna or was that Scopely? Okay, hang on. Dice with Buddies history. Dice with Buddies. Launched in 2011 by Stoffel Design Studios and later acquired by Scopely. Let's see. Launched on iOS by Stoffel Designs in May 2011 shortly after being acquired and produced by Scopely. Let's see. So when did Scopely buy Dice with Buddies? January 2012. January 2012. So the game had been out for less than a year. Scopely bought them up. And then they killed it in 2015 to launch Yahtzee. They partnered and got an IP agreement in 2015, so they rebranded or killed Dice and came out with Yahtzee. That's what Scopely does. That's what they are. Hammer says, is this your official beginning of transitioning to Pogo? No. No, I'm not transitioning anywhere. I will stay with this game as... I mean, I've got no reason not to. Look at you guys. There's 400 of you guys in chat tonight. You guys are great to me. I still have work to do for you. Okay? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But I said this the other night, and Cruzito heard me the other night. It would be irresponsible of me to lump all of Scopely in at once when I'm having such a successful beginning honeymoon relationship with Niantic. That's right, Shelby. I'm going to diversify a little bit. Listen, we're going to Chicago to stream 3 or 4 days. Like, guys, when we go to GoFest, I know that we haven't talked a great deal about that, but Tarpy and Jules and I have been planning content between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guys, we've got, as of right now, approximately 24 to 28 total hours of content planned. That's insane. In 4 days, we're going to be on the air 24 to 30 hours. And we've got a lot of stuff planned, and we're going to give you guys the opportunity to earn some stuff, which is partly all going to come right here. So this is why we're saying, hey, everybody, relax. We're giving you advance notice of a spending event here on this channel. It is super heroic. It is quantum level, in fact, that we are trying to get to a level 20 hype train on Saturday, May 16th at 2 p.m. Okay? Will it all be Pokemon? Certainly, no. We're obviously going to be hunting some Pokemon while we're there for GoFest, but we have a couple of ideas up for grabs, and we're going to give you guys the opportunity to earn some of these as well. For example, this is one that I'm very, very excited about. Okay? No, Sherlock Holmes. That one I'm not excited about. He says Sky Deck. No, I am not excited about the Sky Deck. It's like a mini EdgeWalk. I'm probably not even wanting to do that. Okay? To be honest with you.
It's fully enclosed. The glass is only cracked once. You're fine.
Oh, okay, great. No, this is the one I'm looking forward to right here. And by the way, I am convinced that I want to make this happen. Is this right here. A boat tour with Captain Jules Verne. Great for streaming. Must provide cookies. The only streaming rules are no jumping into water with equipment. I feel like I can follow that set of rules. All right. So
I don't know. You have a bad track record on that.
I do have a bad track record, but I feel like we've got enough experience for me to give it a good shot. Okay. Vic said, is it a 3-hour tour? That depends. I'm actually looking to go for a few more hours. Listen, Jules Verne. Okay. Can we just say this real quick? Jules has an actual captain's license. Jules, tell the people a little bit about why this one is something that we absolutely want to do, because you get to be the captain.
Right? Yeah. Well, so I've got a boater's license, which is not actually necessary for driving one of these little dinghies down the Chicago River, but certainly is helpful because they are oddly shaped. Some of them, there's a donut boat. If you click on the link that I put in the chat, but also all of them, like a couple of them just have like there's a crazy weird steering wheels that don't really do anything, but you have to like rotate them 30 times to turn a slight angle. So it could be real fun. I'm really excited. Maybe we can make a whole a thing about which one we get to ride in. Was the donut we get to ride in, or the cruiser yacht? We'll never know.
Well, here's the deal, guys. This is absolutely going to be a boater's license isn't a captain's credential, but okay. Lost in, I'm going with it, okay? I get to call him Captain Jules. He wants to be called Captain Jules. I get to pay him in cookies. Everything is going to be great, okay? I'm pretty excited about it. That being said, that during our 24-hour stream, we're going to have some goals set up to do some of this fun, crazy stuff while we're in Chicago, and there's a whole list of stuff. All right, so we're going to do that. But the question is, yeah, he's going to be captain of this vessel. Well, yeah, obviously, that's what we're going for, Lost In. And we shall call him Daddy or Captain Jules. Okay, one or the other. But to answer the question, no, I'm not transitioning, but I'm diversifying. All right, we're trying to do more IRL. We're going to play. I've got a game. I've got Pogo. I've got something else that I'm kind of tinkering on a little bit. We'll see. All right, but here's the thing. I mean, truth be told, let me ask you guys a question. Let me just ask you guys a question. If STFC were to go away, or if you were to quit, would you quit this community? Would you want to lose this community? Would you want to lose the entertainment of our channel? Would you want to lose me as a creator that you get to hang out with once or twice a week? I don't want to lose you guys. You know, I don't want to lose that. I want to do as much as I can and be as broad as I can to be able to continue living my life with you guys for as long as I can. Yeah, so that's the plan. Webster says no because we still haven't seen you shoulder deep in a cow yet. Let me tell you. No, Coach, don't read between the lines. Okay, I think all of us can say, listen, if they keep this up, they don't have a bright future. Okay, but no, I don't know what's coming. I think we can all agree that if they don't take action, they don't have a bright future. At least not for us. Okay? But I also am here to tell you, I do not, and I'm going to say this very loudly and plainly and clearly, I do not think that we are in maintenance mode Eve here. Okay? This game has months and months and months left if they didn't do anything. All right? I mean, seriously. So they've got life left. All right? If not for us, then because of mid-ops. All right? So, just throwing that out there. Coach says months left. Well, listen, some people think it's going to be weeks, right? Some people think it's weeks. And Mars Sport, to be perfectly honest with you, people have been saying it's the beginning of the end for the last 5 years. All right? So, they've been saying beginning of the end for the last 5 years. Caledon says months, even that is scary. Well, now listen, let me be honest with you. If they don't change anything, then yeah. They got a year. If this is their model, they probably have a year. For us, but here's what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying all night. 98% of the game is not us, guys. I think this game is healthier than we want to give them credit for. They're just done with us, or they can't think about us anymore, or they can't build for us anymore, or we've seen too much, or seen it all, or have unrealistic expectations, or they can't keep up with our demands, or any one of these combinations, A, B, C, D, E, or all of the above. You know what I'm saying? I think they've got plenty going on down in low and mid ops. 7 years worth of content. Hemjadar says, sick of our whining. Yeah, probably. Okay. Chef says they have a lot of years left, just might not look the same. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. If I'm a betting man, G7 is our last expansion in a long time. Okay. We're not going to see G8. That's right. We were the starter wife, Cruzito. We're not going to see G8. They're going to cultivate and redo mid-ops in a way that actually makes sense. We were the 7-year alpha, guys, or beta, whatever you want to call it. We were the 7-year beta. You guys make fun of Star Citizen. We've had some people make fun of Star Citizen. I know Lost's been playing it, but you said it the other night on your stream. They've been in beta for what? 10 years? 12 years? How long have they been in beta? That's right, Sam. We've always been the beta. Crocus says Star Citizen's in alpha. How long have they been in alpha? Long enough for that game to be around for a decade? 13 years, says Lost 10. They're in alpha. 13 years. Guys, hello? Look at STFC. We've probably, by the actual definition of the word, Lost in, by the actual definition, by the actual process in the gaming development studio world, I would say that Fleet Command has been in beta. I think that's realistic. Don't you think? Isaac says you need to restart STFC to be the voice of the people again. Yeah, I know. I know. As a matter of fact, that is a goal that we have set. I'll point this out. Lost in. This is a goal I have set for during this level 20 hype train because of all the stuff, all the shenanigans we got planned. One of the goals during this 24-hour stream involves me throwing a 30-day shield and playing my 404 account only for 30 days. Like literally taking a month off my G7 account and playing only the new account for 30 days.
Keep demolishing ships. You'll get there sooner than later.
Yeah. There is another goal for... Let me just ask you guys. If you guys were going to make me demolish another ship, what would it be? What would it be? Just out of curiosity. Any ship you want that is demolishable. No, that is demolishable. The Vengeance is not demolishable. You can't demolish the Vengeance. An Enterprise E, fine. It's tier 2. Don't care. Cube, retired. Revenant, don't care. Okay, Cube. You guys are taking it easy on me. Yeah, Hal. Yeah. Hal's got it. Oh, you want to put a nail in my coffin? Make me scrap the Dauntless. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game over, man.
Game over, bro. I'm out. Okay? I'm out. So, yeah, but there is a goal. There is a goal to demolish another ship during the 24-hour stream as well. I'm still tinkering with that one because I don't know. I don't know if I want to offer that or not. I mean, it really could be another. That could be it for me. You know, that could be it. I might have to.
So we could just start over. I would start over with you.
Well,
I've done it before.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Andalicia says not interested in you demolishing a ship. You know what, Andalicia? That is so sweet of you. All right, but apparently a lot of other people were. All right, a lot of other people were, and I did not account on that. Burton says also not interested. Thank God. Bless you, sir. Okay. That's because they want to see people in pain? Yeah, they're STFC players. Okay? They're STFC players. SKZ said, neither am I, to be honest. Thank you. God, you're so sweet. Thank you guys all. All right? But a lot of you guys are masochists. Guru says, I kind of tuned out on the whole demolishing, on the whole demolish of my, there might be a typo there, but my junkers, yeah, I lost 2 junkers. Speaking of which, am curious where I can find a relativity. Curious. Anybody know where there's a relativity that I can pick up? I'd rather watch you eat another chicken pineapple shake than demolish a ship. Isaac says we already got what we wanted. Well, good. Then I'm going to take it off there. I'm going to take it off there then. We'll come up with something new. All right? We'll come up with something new. Sadist, not masochist. Okay. I don't know the words. That's not my world. I don't know. That's not my world. But Tarpy says, I would rather do a thing where you can't use a particular officer for a month. Yeah, see, that could be a cool thing. That could be a cool thing. Make a no-no list or something like that. But anyway, listen. Newton says, seriously, will it be bad to start a new account? I bet a lot of community would do it with you. No, I don't think it would be bad. And honestly, I think Cruzito's right. I think all of you guys are right. I think that, and ultimately, sorry, not to, Not to pat my own back, but I think I'm right. I think we've hit the end game for G7. Okay? I think we are here. I think we are going to see our progression slowed to a point where skipping a month probably doesn't matter. I bet you I could go play my 404 account for 30 days and come back and be fine. You know what I'm saying? G7 is throttled. It is indeed. So only if I have to play it free to play? Who says, no, I don't think that needs to be a rule. I'll spend if there's value there, John Rule. But here's the thing. The game is different. The game is different, John Rule. Like, honestly, we think, let me ask you this, Jules. We think we know the game. Us grandpas of the game, us G7s. We've been there, done that. We've seen it all. The game's different today. Completely different. What we think we know about how we would play it is not at all correct to play it today. Honestly. Hammer says, good luck getting officers. Look forward to the challenge. I want to be throttled by badges. I want to have some of the pain points that you guys say exist that I've not ever experienced. That's what I want. You know? Flight Leader says, you're pretending that you didn't already try this. You get bored with low level. That's not it, Flight Leader. I didn't get bored with it. I didn't have time for it. If I forcibly give up my level 72 account, then I'll have time, won't I? The problem was I didn't have time to maintain them both. And yeah, I think it could be a little boring up front, like, you know, levels 2 through 6 or 2 through 10 or something like that. But listen, the game progresses quickly. So Tarpy says I didn't take the time. Yeah, no, I didn't have the time to give. You know? Marsport says, how much you want for my account? I'll give it away. Can't sell it. That's illegal. Okay? Not enough time. Caledon says, I don't have the drive to do it again. I'd rather play a new game. And that's going to be a lot of people, Caledon. Truthfully, that'll be a lot of people. Me, you know, I'm committed to you guys. And listen, at the end of the day, honestly, I love you guys. I don't want to leave Fleet Command. Because leaving Fleet Command means losing most of you guys. I don't want that. I don't want that. Chala says, can I stay 14 for a year again? Sure. Do it. Hell yeah. You know, I don't want to leave you guys. I'm not going to. So, yeah, maybe I don't have the same kind of passion and drive to build a new account. I have a feeling I bet we could. You know, if we do it together. But I don't know. The best thing we could do is try it. You know? Jondrel says the point of playing free to play is not buying your way out of the bottleneck. Yeah, but see, now, to be honest with you, Jondrel, that goes against my style. Truthfully, like, let me sound, this is not shilly. This is just, maybe this is whaley. Okay, but this is me. Honest to God. You remember what Bubba used to say? Bubba used to say that he refused to play a game free to play. Because that's not what he wants. He wants to enjoy a game, and he wants to pay to have benefits over other players. I want to do that. Like, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy getting things and being ahead of the curve. Listen, you guys joke that I'm squishy. I have said forever that I don't like PvP anymore, and I loved PvP. You guys remember when we loved PvP? Do you remember when we loved PvP? Do you remember when PvP was fair and balanced? Like, do you guys remember? Hammer says no. Well, guess what? It used to be. Mohicum says it never was. Hell yes, it was. G3. That's right, Count DeVille. PvP at Ops 39 was the best. PvP at Ops 39 before Strike Team, when all you had was the triangle. Skippy says, in which game? Dude, this one. PvP in G3. Nothing like it. That's right, Retrieving. Ops 39, right? If you were Ops 39 before G4, before Strike Team, before G4 happened, before the jellyfish happened, Back when the Saladin reigned supreme. Back when breaking and raiding bases with a horizon. Okay? And yes, even in G3, Flight Leader, you could spend to get your G3 maxed out. Okay? You could. That was still a thing. But it was still balanced in such a way that you didn't have to. Like now, if a player came at you with a G7 uncommon, tier, I don't know what, tier 2, tier 3, is there anything in the game that's going to beat that? Anything at all? Can a max vengeance beat a G7 uncommon? Maybe. Mimi says yes. Seth says a tier 8 vengeance wheel. Great. How free is a tier 8 vengeance? Fisty says maybe with a horrible crew matchup. Yeah, well, listen, I remember when PvP actually was kind of cool. I mean, I used to love PvP. I used to love raiding. We used to love raiding, guys. Like, I know this is crazy. Go back and remember system-wide raids as a G2 and G3 player. Was that not the best? Raid parties, Rasker. We got on voice. A whole alliance would get on voice and say, okay, and by the way, we would time our warp entry into a system. Do you guys remember that? By the way, warp times were like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's right. Alliances hived up at that time, which means that if you wanted to go hunt one alliance, there were 25, 30 bases right for the picking right there. In the days before everybody had shields, okay? I mean, now, how many? I mean, again, they still find me all the time. But, I mean, players have years worth of shields now. Polar Bear says some players still hive, don't they? I guess maybe at the early levels, maybe they do. I don't know. You had to get your warp right since there was no warp stop. Yeah, the timer and everything had to be perfect. Back before tokens existed. I'm telling you guys, this game was solid back in 2020. It really was. Back in the before days, says Seth. It was cool back then. I don't know. Maybe I'm being nostalgic. Or maybe I'm reading the writing on the wall. But I'm here to tell you, G7 is not their future. It's mid-ops and new players. Recruiting new people. Getting new people to fall in love with the IP. That's what they're after. It ain't us. Okay? They're shipping us off to the retirement home, Seth. That's where we're headed. To the retirement home. And by the way, that doesn't need to be a bad thing. Like Fisty said earlier. Like Cruzito has said. Like I'm saying. Chill out. Have a little fun. Enjoy it. Do what you can. And roll on. You know, what was the event that launched today that people were getting so bent out of shape about, Jules? Or maybe it was over the weekend where you had to do 10. That's what it was. Was it this week? No, right here. Duo waves. This one right here. What is this garbage? 8,800 points for duo waves. How many can we earn in a week, Jules? One start per week?
Well, I think a lot of players will have roughly 4 with the amount of gifts that they've done, with getting some building upgrades done. So I think 4 was possibly the max that a free-to-play could have at this point. And they designed it so that you would have to hit 4 at your ops level or bracket level to do. Now, I have some tips if we wanted to
as a matter of fact, we wanted to release a duo wave video part 2, right, Jules? Because we had some things to do. So let's turn everything off.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily be a second video. I just wanted to kind of get through some of the tips and some of the tricks that I've heard from the community, and also just kind of talk through this event and how some alliances may actually be able to maximize their gains.
Okay, so I do want to turn this into a supplemental. All right, because I think it'll be really good to pair with the 2. This will be like a V2, extra tips, how to look at the event, and how to run with your alliance. And
Are
I
you
even
gonna,
saw that
you can
got
actually
some
do a
extra
dual wave
crews.
today?
Yeah, if you want me to, I will. I can.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know if
You
I have a
should.
partner, but I can. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Podcast audience. Since I even wasn't planning a podcast tonight, but we'll do it again. And for you guys in the live studio audience. So here we go. Yo, what's going on, everybody? UltimatDJz here with yet another teaching track YouTube video short. Tonight, dual wave defense, part 2, the revision on our video that we launched just the other day. Joining me on stage, Professor Jules Verne. Jules, how are you? Welcome into Appreciate you.
Whoa.
Listen, we released a video just a couple of days ago with your strategy on duo waves. We released a video a couple days before that regarding your crewing advice for the Academy trading drones. And now that we've seen more of the community engaging in these duo waves a little bit more, we've had some data from Lost In, we've had some data from Pirate Yar, and thank you to those players who have submitted data. We've got a couple of modifications for suggestions, possibly on crew, and a little bit of an update on the strategy that you guys may be looking at in duo waves. So with our updated and appendaged advice, is that a word? Appendaged advice? Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. We've got mad scientist Jules Verne. Jules, what's up, buddy?
Okay. Well, we're going to start in the charts. And then you'll eventually start to do a wave, and we can actually watch you do it. But I pinned a chart here that we can get started on. It actually this link will lead you straight to the page, do a wave defense tips. In this, you are not like, there you go. We're in the chart now. Scroll a little bit to the right, and right where the hostile position map is, a little bit down. I made a chart for this event, and it's kind of lead to a strategy suggestion that I started it, that I kind of hinted at in our first video, but I kind of want to more firmly put down how we can actually maximize that. So this is telling you how many waves you need to complete the heroic SMS. Now, if you're perfect, you need to finish all 4 waves. You can divide this number by 4 to tell you how many starts you have. If you are a free-to-play player or you haven't spent any money on wave starts, you probably have about 4 wave starts right now. If you're perfect and you finish all 4 at your ops level, you will be able to complete this heroic SMS. That's asking a lot, as we know how difficult these can be. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be able to do that if you have a player at a higher ops level than you that can actually handle the hostiles. Now, in the first video, we talked about being able to use the hostiles that exist in natural space, the Academy training drones, to give a good balance and give a good estimate of what your combat strength can actually be in these waves. Now that we know what our combat strength is, you know what the highest level you can hit, and hitting several, not just hitting one with all the boosts, actually hitting probably 20 per ship that you have a good understanding of what you can actually contribute to a duo wave. Now, that's what we've found, and this has been corroborated by lots of evidence out there, is that it's really hard to find 2 people that have a similar strength level and have a similar ability to completing duo wave defenses at their ops levels. I actually don't think anyone's there. I think even our largest whales are hitting 1 level down from their intended ops range. So for instance, our 73 plus players are likely hitting 70s, having no problem finishing the entire wave by themselves, but aren't able to really complete the 73s unless you're, top 100 player. And same thing with our early G7. Early G7 players are not having a very hard time against the 66s. And that it is assuming you probably have a Vengeance or have a very high tier G6 Epic. So with that being known, find a friend who's potentially in those ranges. If you are, say, an op 63 to 65, you're going to have no problem finishing this event. If going into a 66 and being able to spend 2 or 3 of your waves having somebody else help you there. So that's kind of where I'm seeing a big divide in the most of the community. And of course, the people who are at the very top of their game are going to have a little bit more success hitting their level or have a higher building level are definitely going to have more success. But for the players right now who are struggling, I think the biggest key right now is if you can find a friend that is larger ops than you, you can be able to probably complete these waves by punching up for your ability and having them help you. Now, I say all this not to say, hey, ride whale tail. That's the way to succeed. But we know that this heroic SMS, if you go pop back into your game, this heroic SMS leads into the AMS, right? And the AMS only scores if you've completed a heroic SMS. So if you want your team to succeed in the AMS, then you're going to want people to be able to complete their heroic SMS. So it may actually behoove your alliance not to keep people in groups of their similar ops bracketing, but actually to help by pairing desperate groups, not desperate, but like, separate groups of brackets of players together in order to assist the lower ops brackets who can compete here and actually complete them thanks to the people in the upper brackets. So that's my just event tips here for this particular AMS. Now moving into the actual wave maps and some of the adjustments that we have made here. Now I showed a strategy that was almost entirely solo. In fact, my first video that we put out there was entirely solo. I wasn't quite able to finish it because I wasn't fast enough. Now, some of the things that I've changed, and if you click over to Cruise-Academy Drones and then scroll down, I wanted to show this because this wasn't in the first video, but here was the first crew setup I did for Dual Wave. So scroll below the strategy notes, and the strategy notes here are really useful. So read those too. The first crew setup, these are my crews. I went with the Janeway crew. Remember, Wrath of Khan Saavik and Wrath of Khan McCoy have abilities that are basically supercharged of their below deck abilities, except only during wave defense. So you may have forgotten that they actually have officer abilities. They're really impotent for these wave defense. And that was very strong on my Vengeance. In fact, it was almost too strong. I had the ability of healing my ships. I had some other tools at my disposal. I didn't need to use them. What actually ended up hurting me was I wasn't fast enough. So one of the things I'm going to switch around from that video is adding Dane below decks and possibly switching out Wrath of Khan McCoy for a Curon or something to give me some more impulse so I can get in between these hostiles faster. My second crew, which is a version of a crew that's been working against the Academy drones, this was on my Borg cube, was using a Strange New World Pikes crew, using Sam Kirk on one side and Una for speed. However, other people have been using T'Pring or other versions of a Strange New Worlds synergy group. So those are the two crews that I started with. I've still been playing around with those and also testing maybe just it's Janeway Doctor and Wrath of Khan Saavik. I've kind of been playing around with what crews I think is going to be best. And what we're seeing with people who do not have a high building level is you got to kill them fast. To be honest, like working in crews that can help you kill them fast, stepping back from crews that are going to make you last a long time, like your typical Chang, Suitor, Seska, like step away from those crews now. If you have a very high building level, you're going to have a lot more mitigation, which means you're going to last a lot more rounds, and those crews may have more viability. And I think Loston was showing that they had some viability with a more of a survival crew versus a punch 'em hard and quick crew. So those are some quick tips there. And then if we just to stay in the charts, since you haven't started one yet, do a wave defense. The only adjustment that I've made from here too, and what I've found is if you go to do a wave defense and then kind of scroll over the hostile position map, one of the things I found is that the number of hostiles that I needed to hit within a round was actually increases as you go. So it starts with 18 hostiles and then moves up from there. It gets pretty tough. So in wave one, where you only have 18 total hostiles to hit, I actually killed the Venari RAW. Now that's a change from what I said in the first video, which was don't bother them at all. But I need to actually kill them early and fast. This is something where if you're solo, hit them now and then use a heal either with your NSCA protector or with Cisco Fleet Commander. Or if you have a player who can hit 61 training drones, the Venari RAW are the training drones. And guess what? Yes, the building, the refits, they don't affect the critical mitigation that you'll have against the Venari RAW, but for free-to-play players or for low ops with low building levels, they're also not going to have that problem. So if they can kill a 61 Academy drone, they can kill these Venari RAW. And that is what I was actually looking for in my team. I wanted to find somebody who is between Ops 63 and 65 and somebody who can actually kill a 61 Academy training drone, say, great, perfect, I can help you complete your event. You just kill the Venari RAW. That's all you have to do. And they were able to help me so that I can take care of the rest of the hostiles with ease. So that kind of concludes the main points of the strategy, and I think we should see you try this now.
Yeah, what we'll do at this point, Jules, is we'll form a quick little team on my server, server 15, and we're going to go in and we're going to let Jules kind of coach me through the strategy as we're playing in real time, and we'll see if we can hold success. So we'll hit that imaginary pause button here in the studio while we set up and stage for our first ever run of Duo Wave Defense here on my account. So I'll hit that pause button. Pow! Wait, is that button, did that actually pause? Yeah, it sure did. Holy smokes, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's do this here on server 15. Here on server 15, can I get somebody to come and play with me? Asian Boy says, well done, Jules. Jules is always great. By the way, Jules, I read a comment the other day in one of the whale discords. There's a couple of them out there. There was a whale discord, and there was a player. There was a player. Tell me if you recognize this quote. I'm not going to name any names or where it came from, but the quote was talking about their favorite creators, and we were listed second to It's Lube only because Jules Verne comes on and teaches on our show. The best segments. Here's the quote. Sorry, not segments. Here it is. Here's the quote. The best shows are the ones with Jules Verne. That's it. That's what it was. So they like our show, but not.
That sounds like a compliment to you.
Yeah, no, it's to you, sir. The best shows are the ones with
I
Jules Verne.
compliment you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Darby. Me too, right? The best shows, and they were talking about education and teaching, and yeah, I read that. I was like, well, okay, so it's still not DJ's show. I still, yeah. Cruzito says I agree. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Translation: Jules needs a raise. I know. Oh, yep. They all do. They all do.
Rate.
Cookies. By the way, also a goal during the 24-hour stream. Just throwing that out there. I've got I may or may not have found a place that can deliver 50 face-sized chocolate chip cookies for like a Cookie Monster contest. Jules, you in?
Oh my God.
It's going to be great. Okay. Meanwhile, let's set this up. Chala, I saw you in chat. Is there anybody else here on 15 that wants to come in and play? And Chala, what's your level? Are you able to play? Can you get in here? Can you do this? Pal says, in fairness, Tarpy, you're tasked with keeping control of DJs with varying degrees of success. Listen, I am a beast that cannot be caged. All right, Tarpy knows this, but she does a very, very good job. She does a very, very good job. She says we're not going to go there. Listen, Tarpy exercises extreme control in all matters. Yes, Chala, I need you to come and carry me through this. Okay. Polar Bear says, I thought the challenge was to derail DJs. I mean, she does that too. She changes it up. All right. Changes it up. Tarpy. Oh, there's Thad. Chala, do you want to play? No, Asian boy. There will be no dancing crabs on this stream. Okay, that is a Lost In special. And as Lube will tell you, and Ultravetica, I do not steal things from my stream. Okay, just throwing that out there. I obviously originally found marbles. I also found duck races. That's my stuff. So I don't steal stuff from other channels. Okay, no, Mimi. All right, yeah, I don't steal stuff from other channels. Even Jonathan Ingram steals my stuff, but I don't steal his stuff. Okay. I'm obviously joking about all of that. However, yeah, there will not be. Listen, DOS, I respect you on this channel. Not like that Lost In character. Okay, who just lets crabs dance on a screen for 25 minutes. Not here. Okay? Not here. We're here. We're here for you, DOS. Okay? We're here for you. And crabs. And crabs. All the crabs. Dancing crabs. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, did I miss an alert? I'm sorry. I'll play the alert for you. I see somebody played an alert and I missed it. I'll turn it on for you. Oh. You can find, MJ says, you can find crabs on my channel. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Where did those, oh, that was a sound alert. All right. Oh, Jules, why? See, I was just saying that I don't.
The sound alert that you stole from another person's show.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Is the cow video up yet? Yeah, no, I meant to actually ask about that. I meant to actually ask or tell you guys about that. I am very close to finishing it. Super close to finishing it. I got...
You finished the cow?
The video. Okay? The video. I am literally... So here's what I did. Okay? Let me tell you. This was actually... By the way, you guys think I took Sunday off. I didn't entirely. Okay? I did not stream Sunday. But I did spend a couple of hours on production. Omicron says, is Griffin close to finishing? No, I'm doing it. Me. It's me. Lost in. No, stickers are not disabled. I just now turned them on. They were giving me grief. I just now turned them back on. For some reason, Jules, I can't get yours to replay. For some reason. So here's what I'll do. Where's the Valley Girl button? I'll just replay it. This was from Jules. And I'm trying to find it. Let's see. What is this one? Is this it? No. It's about 2 inches too large. Okay, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Got it. Okay. This is what Jules tried to play on my show just a second ago, and I'm going to give it to you.
That's messed up.
Why are you smacking me, Asian boy? Thank you, Mimi. Appreciate that. And why?
That's also not what I put.
No, that's not it. Why is it so broken right now?
That was Mimi.
Yeah,
it's working now. It's okay. We can move on.
Oh my gosh, my name is Beck and I like plants and I'm a valley girl and listen to me do all the things on a Rev show.
Like I said, I don't steal anything from anybody ever. Okay?
Oh my gosh, my name is Beck and I like plants and I'm a valley girl and listen to me do all the things on a Rev show.
See, that was obviously an original from our show. Okay? Obviously, that never came from anywhere else. Okay. Mastermind says, chat, anyone know sourcing for Walk Saavik and Walk McCoy? Right now, Officer Depot tokens. And you better hurry. You got 30 days. Not even. You got 25 days left. Okay? Officer Depot tokens right here, Mastermind. This is the only place for them right now. Right here. Event store. Then click on the Walk tab. Your Officer Depot tokens.
So they're going to remain in the Officer Depot token RNG chest. And additionally, you'll see them in the Cadre, which again is limited.
You're right, Doss. That is indeed a crab. Lost in. Stop it. You poor Doss. Okay, yes, that is in fact a dancing crab. I'm trying to record a video. Oh, there's a hype train. That's why you're doing it. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Dancing crabs for you, Doss. No, it's not me. I didn't choose that. At least it's not the
DJ, what is wrong with you?
This is not my fault. Okay? This is not my fault. This is not Tangia. I avoided the big one. Okay? This is a sticker.
I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news, and I've never ever been on live television because I'm a kid, and apparently every time Grandpa Grandpa just gives me the remote after we watch the Powerball. I just freak out.
If I don't open it, then later I can claim ignorance, right? Yep. DOS, I'm number one. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Okay.
I am so positive. I'm full of positive energy.
Thank you, Mimi. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening.
I think I foo-bought this.
As soon as the hype train is over, listen, I'll give you guys until the hype train. DOS, I'm sorry, buddy. I conquer. You said this is not going to stop anytime soon. Listen, at the end of the hype train, I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so you guys get it out of your way. I'm going to turn it off. At the end of the hype train.
We have 2 more things of content left.
Yes, I still have stuff to do. Bark, bark, bark.
That's messed up.
No, we're not going for a level. Hey, Puddin'. We're not going for a level 20 hype train right now. That is over here. That's over here. That is on May 16th. Kinslayer. Listen, the hype train's over in 90 seconds. 90 seconds. And Asian boy, I blame you. Oh, for the love of Pete. Guffa says, I just muted. I don't blame you. No, we're not doing a level 20 hype train with all stickers. Okay. Crocus says, what were you saying about loving the community earlier? I do still love the community. Thank you for the stickers so much.
Can you mix us in your next Studio B?
I could probably make this work. Yep. All right. At least it's not full screen video. That's true. Is he ever going to run out of bits? No, it doesn't take any bit. You know, at least they're very short. At least they're very short. Okay? Very short. Thank you. All right. Now, questions and answers. And thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate it very much. Dailies reset, 30-minute warning. There you go. Also, your Maverick track is resetting. Lawston says my stomach hurts. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Much love. Much love. He says he's crying. I love you. I love you. You got to stop. Hype train ain't over yet. Pal, it's over. Okay? Hype train is done. We're good. Hype train's over. Back to the game. Right, Jules? Back to the game. We're going to teach. Okay?
Yes, and I got 2 things that I want to bring up right now, just so we can get right back into content. Big thanks to Tarpy for putting together today's script.
You're the best.
And I will add these things on that she decided to remind our audience of. So we've already kind of talked about the Paragon Officer Recruit. If you were not here at the very beginning, reminder that this expires at event reset tomorrow. And DJs, what was your warning about its recurrence?
It is currently not planned to recur. Am I recording? No, I'm not recording. Should I be recording? No, this is just a quick reminder to you guys. And then we're going to do the wave. We're going to do the wave, the duo wave, but I'm not putting this in because I won't have it produced tonight. The Paragon Recruit bundle has a timer of like 13 hours, and it is expected to not return. That, of course, goes with the caveat of saying that is obviously subject to change. Okay? It is subject to change. And it can return. It certainly possibly can. I understand why they're saying it's not going to. It makes total sense why it's not going to. And it makes total sense why they're not going to tell us if it was. But they're telling it. And I think that I believe them, at least, when I say, hey, we've already got weekends number 2. Okay? Weekend number 2 is already here. It's Cadre. Okay? We got Paragon. We got Cadre. Week 1, week 2. All right. So there you go. And Jules is correct. As of right now, The Paragon Recruit bundle will expire in 12 hours and is currently not planned to return. And even if it does, this tells me, Jules, that even if it does return, which it's not planned to, then that certainly means that the guarantee will be reset. So if you are partial on your way to a guarantee or whatever it is that you're trying to do right now with a guarantee, you might as well pull the currency. If you do not pull the currency, you will not pull the currency because it's going away. Sam says it'll come back next month with a different name. Undoubtedly, with a different currency as well. All right. So just spend your Paragon Recruit tokens if you want to. And if you feel so inclined to chase a guarantee for 20 shards, then feel free. But this guarantee expires in 12 hours and 34 minutes. Okay. There we go. Okay.
There was a question in the chat from Silver Tab asking which of the 3 officers, if you did get lucky and get a guaranteed pull, would you go for? I think my recommendation would be to unlock First Contact Movie Officer Data because his captain's maneuver is the double shots.
Yeah.
So that one's is highly valuable just to unlock for the captain's maneuver. It kind of unlocks that whole synergy group there. And then Mara Dalen is next weekend. So the cadre is going to focus on Mara Dalen. You'll have more opportunity to unlock some Mara Dalen shards next weekend if you choose to. So it could make sense to go for Academy Doctor because it's unlikely that you'll have the opportunity to pick up more Academy Doctor shards next weekend. The future, no idea.
Yeah, looking at the cadre chest, if you have a chance to mess with this next weekend or this coming weekend, if you prefer, you do see that you still got Data, you still have Mara Dalen, and they're taking out the Doctor and putting Zephram Cochran in. So therein lies what your weekend number 2 is going to be, and you'll have an opportunity there to kind of decide. Okay. Okay. Now. Let's come back to where we were and try to crew up. Now, I am going to turn this stuff off the screen again, and we'll get ready to start recording here in just a moment. I'm not yet, but first thing I want to do, help me build the crew. We'll come in on the crew that we talked about, Jules, and you said you ran with a cube. You ran with a cube as your second ship. Is there a reason you would do that, or should I run with something else? Because I've got my cube is only 28 billion. My Crenshaw is 88 billion. My Scimitar is 70 billion. Right. So Crenshaw, or is there a triangle advantage? Should I go with a battleship if I've got the Vengeance?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say there's a triangle advantage. In fact, there's an impulse speed advantage,
with the
which
Crenshaw.
is why. Yeah, and the only reason I went with cube is because mine's max, so it was my strongest secondary ship. But I honestly, for my next test, want to go with the Crenshaw, so I have a little bit more speed.
Okay, so we're going to crew up with Janeway, Saavik, and Curon. We're going to try that. I am definitely squishier than Jules, so this may not work for me. But I am also going to, I am going to go with the 66 because I can't do a 70. There's no way. Let's see. Okay, so Saavik.
Have you tried your Crenshaw? Do you know what's the max size you can hit with it?
Sure haven't. Should we?
Okay, well, yeah, going blind. So folks out there who have a roughly 70 or 80 billion G6 Epic, what have you been able to hit in your Academy training drones?
Can you guys hit 66s with it? Surely to goodness you can, right?
68s is really the target because remember, all of these waves, they have 2 levels higher than the first number. So if it's 66, the last wave will have Academy training drones of 2 levels higher.
You know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to try it. Don Zeno says, yeah, I can hit 68s. Candid Onion says 69s. Tarpy says she finished at level 66. Okay. And this is why Jules is the #1 content creator. Absolutely. I'm just flying blind. Okay. All right. So here's our crew. Below deck, we're going to go Carol, BLT. There's Carol. We're going to load up a little Balana. What else you have over here? Pick Hugh and Harry Kim. Okay. There we go. Those are the only 4 slots that I've got over here. So that means I'm going to have Suitor and Dane that I could throw on the Crenshaw. Do you think that I should drop Marcus, Torres, Hugh, or Kim in favor of Dane? Probably not, right? Especially if I go in with a partner.
No, let's just let's just see what your teammate is going to bring, or what size your teammate is going to be. My strategy is min-maxing this, where I'm the max and I bring somebody who can be the min. I just don't know if that's what you're going to be able to find right now. So if it's going to be somebody who's going to be closer to your level, then you may not have to take on all of the hostiles yourself, which means impulse won't be as important. But as Susie well points out in the chat, definitely use your Alliance Impulse XO.
Love it. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to load, there's Kirk, and then we're going to load Una over here. That's going to give me a little bit of speed. Okay, and then below deck. Yeah, I'm listening.
While you're doing that, do you have Fleet Commander Cisco?
Yes, but I don't have the active ability unlocked.
Okay. So then when you're done, when you've finished this crew out, you'll also want to get an NSCA protector out and ready to go. Just a nice little security blanket since you haven't run one yet.
Okay. Why do we have Rachel Garrett below deck? Barrier. Okay.
Yeah, Apex Barrier, but again, that's a highly specific because it's only going to work against the battleships. So I would probably deprioritize that. This may be a spot to put Dane on, honestly, if you're just looking for extra slots. But other useful, you already got Nurse Chapel on there, which is good. Got Elia, which is good. You don't have any state officers right now, so you probably need at least a Neelix, or I don't know if you put Harry Kim on your first ship.
Yeah, Harry was on the first one. Okay.
Yeah, so definitely a Neelix probably.
Oh, did I mess something up? Oh, I'm supposed to load Sam Kirk. Sorry, not James Kirk, Sam Kirk. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Good catch. Good catch. All right, so these are my two. Excellent. Now let's take a quick peek at our techs. I've got the Slipstream drive and the Godsend. Okay, so I'm already set on that one. I've got Cascade and Temporal Conduit on the next ship. Metreon Cascade, Temporal Conduit. I think I have somewhere else. Temporal Conduit is on a different ship, so I'm going to run without the Temporal Conduit just to prevent moving things around.
Yeah, this is hard because there's only 85% chance, so it may not even give you the whole breach that you're going to want in round one. However, you do have a lot of crit officers on there, so that whole breach could be massively impactful if you are able to get that. So could be a huge help for players to get a little edge.
85% chance to apply hull breach for 2 rounds.
The other big one here too is the chrono deflector, because that is also going to work in the first 3 rounds. So particularly if you have a low building and you need to kill these fast, the chrono deflector is going to help you in that range too. So if you're just looking to put any CT on there,
yeah, let's do.
You don't have the temporal conduit.
Let's throw a chrono deflector on there. That was unused. All right, fantastic. Okay, so there we've got our 2 ships. We're going to take a quick peek at Fleet Commander Cisco, which, like I said, I don't have. Well, by golly, I do have that unlocked. When did I do that? Okay. So I need to move him into the first slot, right?
Correct. Yeah, you will not need the damage buff. You will probably want the repair buff.
Okay, got that. All right, so let's do we have a partner? Thad, are you gearing up with me, or Chala? Chala or Thad? Either one of you? We could queue up an Excelsior, sure. We could also, you say, wait, can you use the protector from a different system? I thought it had to be in the same system.
Yes, you do. But what you're going to do is you're going to fly in there with your weaker ship. So flying with your Crenshaw and protector, boost your Crenshaw with your protector, and then recall your protector and then put in your vengeance.
Okay.
Now, this is what we used to do in elites and group waves, where you kind of like swap in and out, and you can only boost one ship at a time. Particularly if you, especially in group waves, you could, and everyone's in your alliance, use your max fortify to not only help you, but your teammates 2 other ships. So there is that way of jumping in and out and using boost ships there.
All right, we're going to take a look at Kirk. We do have On hostels.
Don't worry about anything else.
Yeah.
So nothing else selectable that's really going to make a difference.
Okay.
And I also would say that your Excelsior probably isn't going to help too much. You may get a slight advantage in your Apex Shred depending on how much you've put into that particular build, but your Vengeance also has a ton of Apex Shred. So that's where I would say it's not going to hurt you to boost with your Excelsior, but it's also not something that's a big priority.
Yeah, I've got a little bit. PvE Apex Barrier is up to 700, so not a whole lot there. PvE Shreds 18%, so not great. This one is only good against V'ger Hostile. So these are the only two that I've got down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a whole lot
The
going
Shred
on
may
there.
be nice for players who don't have the Vengeance or who are in G6 or fresh G7 who do not have a lot of that Apex Shred research from Surges. So this is actually pretty potent for them to actually use that Excelsior. But again, a lot of that is ops locked.
Voltron has a great question, and I'd like to ask you this one too. Regarding the Section 31 old favors, are there any of these favors that we may have ignored over time that can still provide some benefit here today on these new ones?
You haven't maxed them all yet?
Talk to a new player, Jules.
This is G6 content, and Section 31, a lot of those older ones are not. Those are like G4, G5 content. So in theory, you should be working on those.
Okay, there you go. So
okay, fair point. Tarpy says, why would we max them if they didn't help? Yes, there is a lot of them in there, including increasing Apex Shred. You can see the Acute Shred, Traceless Shred, Fear Shred there at the bottom. Those are going to help you against wave defense hostiles.
It's 150%. That's 150% shred against ship types. So yeah, you definitely want to have those. You should have probably already had those.
That's pretty potent, mostly against the battleship because the Apex barrier is pretty low on the other ones, but still very useful. And I would suggest to take a look at all of those Section 31 favors if they are going to help you now.
Yeah, you've also got impulse speed, hull health while in a wave.
I mean, even the Operation Solstice, which gives you 25% isolated damage. I know it's still just damage, and we're running a lot of isolate cascade on top of these things, but all of these things add up. The Zenith right there, 100% critical hit damage. I think some of your below deck officers have less than that.
I have not done Athena. Fisty says Athena is big time, but that's mitigation. I haven't done mitigation. I've only got level 1 of that one. Should I? I've got some currency. Should I jack that up real quick? Sure, why not? What?
You do you, man.
It doesn't matter, does it?
I would not presume that would matter very much.
Yeah,
I have not seen a problem with my mitigation.
Mitigation. Okay, mitigation. Okay.
Because really there is such a big jump in per level hostile that mitigation hasn't really been a factor for me, or it's not the problem anymore. It's not the thing that's going to kill it for me. So
yeah, agreed. All right. I need to know who's coming, who's going to be my partner. Thad says he's squishy.
Looks like Chala.
Chala, you coming?
Yeah, Chala is reaching out.
Chala, you coming? All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to identify our system here real quick, and then we're going to resume the video. Here we go. All right, Chala's ready. We're going to resume the video. We're going to go against one of these 66s. We'll go to 301H. I guess we'll go to 301H. Jules, I'm going to unpause the video. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about our crewing choices. We'll do a quick check of our Forbidden Chaos techs. We'll do a quick check of fleet commanders. Like, just go over everything. The Exo Impulse. We're going to go over all these recommendations, and then we'll actually begin the simulation. Okay. By the way, I'm also scrapping a G6 or scrapping a G5 ship. I just wanted to let you guys know I did that. Jules, did you scrap one of your Ds? Did you scrap a D?
No, return first.
Really? Me too. I did that too. You said you were putting a D in first as soon as you could. You were putting a D in the shredder. I did the same thing.
It sounds funny.
Why can't I see it? Where can I see it? Here, spread it out. Yeah, I put a Rotaran in first. Why? I needed G6 interceptor parts for my Vengeance.
Correct.
That's what I needed. So that's what I put in, was a Rotaran, so I could get G6 interceptor parts. Riskbreaker says he needs those for Outpost Quick Start. I don't care about Outpost Quick Start. It literally saves 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Could care less. Don't care. Chala says, speaking of G5 scrapping, they are messed up on the ops, needed to scrap. Yes, they know about it. They say that they're going to patch it. I don't know when, but they are aware. It could come tomorrow, right? Aren't we getting a patch tomorrow? Don't we have maintenance tonight? Yeah, we got maintenance tonight. So it could happen. It could happen tonight. Who knows? Okay, here we go. I'm going to resume recording. Okay? 3, 2, 1. All right, Jules, through the magic and power of video production, we've gotten ourselves crewed up and ready to go. We've got Chala standing by. We're getting ready to go tackle a 66 simulation. But let's first take a look at the crewing that you've selected, very much like the chart that you issued over here, taking a look at Jules's crew test for duo waves. I'm going with a Vengeance first. I did what you said, and I swapped out Wok McCoy for Curon. I've only got 4 below deck slots, so I kind of had to choose over here just a little bit. On the second ship, I am taking a Krencha as compared to a Scimitar or a Borg Cube, mainly for speed. But I've also got Una up here, as we had talked about earlier, Sam Kirk and Pike, and we've got a full host of below decks. What other items besides just crew, Jules, should I be at least top of mind awareness if I want to maximize my chance of success?
Right. So for all of our ship-specific items, we have Forbidden Tech, Prototype Forbidden Tech, and Chaos Tech. All of those things should be looked at. Specifically for your best ship, what we're trying to do is maximize how fast it can kill these hostiles. Getting any sort of critical chance, so you're not relying on Hugh or Viel to build that critical chance, it will be helpful. That can come from Quantum Slipstream Drive. That's going to be pretty big. And for Chaos Deck on that first one, I chose the Godsend for its Apex Barrier, but also its Shred, to give you a little bit extra Shred. And more damage. All of those abilities are going to be useful. Then on the second ship, we were looking at using different Chaos Tech for that. Metric Cascade to build critical chance early and fast, and also to continue with that fast trend using either Chrono Deflector, which has a max help for 3 rounds. But what we've learned from a low building level player is that these rounds really need to go fast or else you're going to die quickly. Or using Temporal Conduit, which may also give you some hull breach. So if you have, for instance, Taurus on your first ship, you can use Temporal Conduit on your second ship to help with that hull breach. The more crit that you can do, the more critical damage you can build, the more hull breach that can multiply that critical damage, the better that you're going to do faster. And that's kind of the key here early on.
Jules, one of the questions coming out of the chat right now is talking about Wrath of Khan Saavik. Does she have more utility for you on the bridge or below deck? Let's take a look at Saavik's officer ability, which is increasing isolated cascade damage by 150%. When in wave defense. That is her bridge ability and why we've got her on the bridge of our better ship. On the other hand, below deck, she's increasing isolated cascade damage by 70% if the enemy has any state. Well, obviously, if we've got an opportunity to run her in waves, she's over double as powerful on the bridge. Definitely worth a ship slot, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just by switching her from below decks to the bridge, you've immediately doubled her power. Another one, all of the other wave defense specific officers are useful. I think actually one of the ones that I've overlooked, that thank you to Nakar Silver here in the chat, has also pointed out Laliari below decks has an apex barrier increase of 3,500 when in wave defense when she's maxed. So that can also be a huge boost if you're looking for a little bit more survivability. My whole strategy was to go for the big punch early on, but I definitely know that as you get that building level up and you get a higher critical damage mitigation number against these hostiles, survivability is actually a highly needed skill there. So we're seeing that for high developed buildings. Those are going to be useful. Additionally, as we're looking away from officers and tech, a couple of things that can help you are exocomps, specifically the Alliance Impulse exocomp. The faster you can get in between your targets, the better off you're going to be. And of course, you can always use some of the damage exocomps. However, those are going to be pretty muted with all of your other effects. And then some of the other selectable skills or, make sure you're checking is always your fleet commanders, which is your selectable research tree for all intents and purposes. Lorca, Sloan, both huge fleet commanders to have. And then Benjamin Sisko is a new one only because of the heal function that he has. What you may find is you're getting close to the end of a wave defense, you're losing a lot of hull. One of the two things that you can do to give you some more survivability without changing your crew or tech is using his active ability to instantly repair a percentage of your hull health. If you do not have Cisco unlocked, don't fret. There is one other tool, and that is using a boost from your NSEA protector. So using the Omega 13 device will allow one ship to be revived in the middle of a wave defense and allowed to continue through that wave defense, continuing to kill hostiles. So that can be hugely beneficial, particularly if you have ships that are of different levels of strength. So if you've got one really strong ship and another ship that is several billion less, then having a revive ability to keep that alive a little bit longer and hit a few more ships can be really useful. Another thing we talked about was actually strategically hitting the Venari RAW, right? Those hostiles are going to take 10% of your whole health every time you hit them, regardless of how good you are at defeating them. Using the NSA protector to boost one of your ships can make that ship now the sacrificial ship, saying, hey, it's okay. I can take 40% of my hull away and still get that back using the protector. So those are a couple of early boost strategies here.
All right, I'm going to do a quick pause just for a moment. And Jules, so here's what I want to focus on during the play. Is kind of like a coach calling out what you want me to hit, like what positions you need me to be in and so forth. Because this is where I'm going to totally admit that I am very, very, I haven't done one of these yet, right? Haven't done one of these yet. So I'm going to be looking for a lot of guidance as we go in. Just very quickly, before I start recording again, in the first wave. You're
going to run out of time because you've started this thing. So we got to go quick.
We got 10 minutes.
There's a timer to do a wave.
Yeah, 10 minutes. I got 8 more minutes.
Okay.
Just real quick, run me through. In level 1, I'm killing everything.
Okay. Well, what can Chala do?
Chala, what can you do? Chala!
Can you hit some of these training drones? Yes or no? Because if you can't, then you need to hit all of them. So you're going to have to hit in all 4 of the cardinal directions.
I can die pretty good.
Great. So that's fine. So Chala is going to focus only on the Venari RAW. Okay? Because the Venari RAW are fairly simple. You have to hit all of them. So you're going to hit 12 right now here in the first round. You ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready to go. And then you're going to tell me what to do in round 2, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Resuming recording in 3, 2, 1. All right, Jules, we are ready to go. We've got Chala in the system with us as well. Chala says in the offline chat that he is pretty much able to he's looking for me, the squishy DJ, to actually carry him in this. So strategy-wise, I've got to kill everything except for the Venari RAW in this first wave, right? So we're going to start, and Jules, you're going to coach me through like an amazing quarterbacks coach, and I'm a super awesome quarterback. You ready to go? Here we go.
Yep, go for it. So the main waves are always going to come from 3, 6, 9, and 12, your cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. So always position your ships in those ones if you're the ones who are trying to kill the 1. You'll also see a couple of Venari RAW, and that is going to be Chala's job currently, is going to hit the 2 Venari RAW. They're going to come from the other corners here, the So you're doing pretty good here. I will say that what we've noticed is some of the same bugs as we're normally used to, where your the Kirshara breaks quite frequently, and it may still queue, but your ship is not actually moving to that. So just keep a watch on those. I tend to only queue one hostile at a time instead of trying to bank up a bunch of queues, just knowing that may happen to me. So just keep an eye on that. But you're doing good so far. Chala's looking like they're using Pro 1 primary ship to hit the Venari RAW. Looks that's fine. There's plenty of time for that.
All right, looks so
the next
good
one
here on this first round.
You're doing good so far. So the next one is you're also going to get a repair drone. You're going to hit one repair drone, and Chala is going to hit none of them. We're going to let a repair drone go through. So you're only going to hit one. Chala doesn't need the repair drones for the Venari RAW. They don't work against the Venari RAW. So you're going to hit one first and then go to north and south. So 12 and 6.
Where's
so A should go... Yeah.
There it is.
Those are going to come from like 10:30 and 4:30.
All right. So we've got...
You can see there.
There's the Academy drones. I've got the repair drone up here. Vengeance is going to get one.
So good. Go ahead and start hitting. Those 67s there. Those are the combat drones. And those combat drones are the ones that actually give you 8% hypothermic decay unless you've hit a repair drone. Key point for everybody here, the repair drone buff only lasts 60 seconds. So if you hit a repair drone, then go do all your training drones and then come back to your combat drones, you're going to be in a sad state because you're going to take a bunch of decay damage because that buff will have run out. So continue to focus on the combats, get all of the combats done before you're going to move to training drones. Here's another thing. You're going to start feeling a little bit stressed because you can see those training drones are getting closer and closer to the central entity.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
How many are we going to let through?
And kill things.
Yeah, stay calm and kill things. Okay, got it.
You're probably going to let 4 to 6 through, and it's okay. Just keep calm and kill things.
Keep calm and kill things. All right, we're doing it. Look at that. I'm not going to let any through, Jules. Look at that. I'm not going to let any through.
I'm loving it. This is great.
Look at this.
You keep it up, man.
Look at me. We're not going to let
While you're talking, there's a couple other tips here. What you'll notice is that your central entity is up to 58. It starts at 50, and the prime for the central entity damage actually adds 2 per player that plays. So you actually had 54 to start with. So that's another reason why having a second person there, even if they're not really doing much, it's a huge benefit for both players to have a little bit extra of that damage. So
round 3.
At you. Okay, go back. 3 and 9.
3 and
Left,
9.
right.
3 and 9. Okay. 3 and 9. And what about the repair drones?
Oh, you got to hit one repair drone.
Got to hit a repair drone. Okay, go ahead and hit the repair drone.
So this is all entirely combat. So you probably will run out of the buff before you finish all of these. It's okay. Taking a look at your hull on your ships right now. Your Vengeance is doing great. Your Crenshaw, not so much. Let's let the Crenshaw die when it dies, okay? Because we still have the Cisco heal buff in our back pocket. We're going to use that once your Vengeance has taken a little bit more damage.
Well, not only that, but we also have an Omega. Oh, crap. We also have an Omega 13 that we can use also, or that we will use.
You don't use it. It's going to use itself. So once because your Crenshaw will die, I think I'm guessing it's probably going to die on this wave. I would say let it die first before using your Cisco, because that way then your Vengeance will have a little bit more hull taken out of it, and it'll be more effective for both ships.
Okay. All right, we're going to zoom in here. We've got some extra hostiles. This time, definitely going to end up letting a couple of them through, it looks like. Actually doing a little bit better than expected here, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Crenshaw is getting ready to die. We are going to lose it here. But it looks like only one, looks like 2, there goes, 2 ships, 3 got through. So we're down to 46 points, 46 hit points. So we let 8 points through. All right, wave 4. Where are we going, Jules?
3-9. This is only training drones, and there's 2 big chunks of this. The Venari RAW will start on 12 and 6, north and south. Those are going to be taken care of by Chala. Chala will end up losing all of their ships probably on those Venari RAW, no big deal.
All right. Looks like my Crenshaw is going to die here.
Don't worry. It'll come right back.
Okay.
Ain't going nowhere.
And it did. So just keep killing with it.
Oh, you did not come back with a lot of whole health left.
Well, no.
So you may need to go ahead and use that. Use that Cisco
research.
now.
Okay, Cisco, boom, got it. Okay. Did he pop? Okay, there he goes. He popped. All right, didn't get a whole lot there.
Keep calm, kill things.
Keep calm and kill. Keep calm and kill. Okay, here we go. We're still killing things. So the Venari RAW, they do the most damage, but they're the weaker hostiles. Look, Chala's killing them.
Well, they do 10% guaranteed to your hull, but they're still just level 61 Academy training drones. They're just that with an extra ability tagged on and a different hostile tag. So anything that affects the ACAD tag does not affect the Venari RAW. So that's the refit, that's the building. None of those will affect the Venari RAW. However, they're still on raw combat strength. They're still just Academy training drones. And look at this.
We're done.
You can let the rest through. It doesn't matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a victory! Yeah! Huzzah! And there you guys go. This is the absolute definitive guide. You saw one player carrying the most. Your second player absolutely bringing benefit in the form of the Venari RAW. There is our 4 out of 4 victory. Obviously, Jules, we did punch down to a 66. That is what the leading player is going to be able to carry. Obviously, you can do more on this if you're punching up, have stronger ships, or have 2 people of equal value or equal strength, rather, with your ship types. But this is an early strategy that is going to support your team in being able to earn some of these extra Academy credits. Jules, as we wrap up in our final seconds, this is probably going to be your recommendation for how to spread the wealth amongst your entire team with regards to engineering, science, and command credits for the refinery, right?
Yeah, additionally, too, because now Chala, as a 66, is going to go a lot farther with those credits that they've earned in their refinery. For instance, they're going to be immediately able to pull one of those materials chests. They're definitely going to be able to use those Academy command credits to either start sourcing the officers or the Laurels. And that engineering credits is going to be a nice boost for them as compared to their normal intake.
In the meantime, for us, we take a look at what we've got over here. We earned 175. For me, not enough for a material pull. It looks like we will be able to get an officer pull and a Laurel pull, or no, an officer or a Laurel pull. Jules, between these two with the command credits, where do you expect players to focus in, or where's the strategy say we should focus in first?
Well, that's a very good question. I think it all kind of depends on what you see as the future of tiering and sourcing of these officers. This is supposedly the officer laurels are the new independent credits, right? We're going to see this exact credit used for future officers. And if you think, hey, I want to source the next officer very well, you should start pulling laurels right away. And any excess, potentially start working on officer sourcing. The only other thing that I would say is that Genesis is a fantastic rare officer, and I'm actually looking forward to trying to unlock her, at least getting the first unlock. So I may start pulling just the officer chest so I can get that unlock and then go back and work on the Laurels.
Glad I did that after I hit the Laurel and got the lowest possible RNG chest. Congratulations to me. That is our Duo Wave Defense Part 2 demonstration and updates into strategy. We appreciate you guys watching. Leave your comments, questions down below. We'll be sure to answer those. Thank you to Mad Scientist Jules Verne on the stage. Appreciate you guys all for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, smashing that thumbs up, and sharing it with your team. I'm UltimatDJz here for Teaching Trek. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Dang it, I wasn't recording. We got to start over. I'm just kidding. That was silly of me. I'm joking. All right, there you go. Okie dokie. Yeah. Switches says thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. All right. So there you go. Bless it. That was the worst possible pull right there. Guys, look, that was no, it wasn't. I guess I could have gotten 10.
No, it
God
wasn't.
Bless. All right. Jules, can you be my coach every time I need to do buddy waves? Can you coach me every single time? Actually, I feel like that's relatively simple, right? The wave 2, 6 and 12. Wave 3, 3 and 9. Wave 4, what? What was wave 4?
Well, to be honest, they're all from cardinal directions. And if you only start in 3 and 9, you're guaranteed to hit a wave of hostiles in those 3 and 9 positions every single time.
Yeah, so
left and right.
all 4 waves are coming from all 4 spots, right? 3, 9, 6, 12,
but
3,
just
9, 6, 12.
always start 3 and 9. You'll always have a wave of hostiles hitting you. And then your repair drones are going to come from the corners. So in waves 2 and 3, start with a repair drone. So it's actually to be honest, it's pretty simple. And the fact that they only come from the cardinal directions and they're not coming from, this corner, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, like it's actually a lot simpler to understand the pattern as we go. The harder part is if you really are trying to just push to get to wave 2, which is not my recommendation, and you are struggling through these and you want to target a specific ship type because of the ship type ability they have, then you're going to want to get way more intense with what direction you're going to. But I still think it's better to hit wave 4 than it is to only do a partial completion on a higher wave.
Oh, I concur. Yeah, for sure. One of the things that that you just noticed was on my NSEA protector, and that's going to be in mirror, I believe. Right. Let's see. Right here. I haven't done any of this. Omega 13 increases the amount of maximum hull health. Ships survive battle while protected with the ability. Look, I've done none of them. I've done none of these. I should probably get in there and do those. Well,
yeah, that's a big one for you.
I never really did it. Here,
I was wondering why you came back with nothing.
Yeah, I guess I should go back to the mirror universe and get a few things. Okay, guess I'm going to have to do that. Woof. Yeah, no. All right, well, there you go. Good stuff. Do we have anything else that we need to go over? Because we're actually over our time. It's midnight. I'm ready to go. But Webster says
I just wanted to cover one other thing.
No, I do play. I just don't max everything. Like,
Yeah. A couple other the field repairs. That was a good call out in a car. Again, great. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that Tarpy had on the schedule that's related, it was the 300 Academy parts that we got in a gift chest. Now, if that came day 1, that would have gotten players from 0 to level 4 right away. But in the end, when we're taking a look at the net add of critical mitigation that's going to add, it's really nothing for a lot of players. And right now, free to play or players who have bought the battle pass and then were able to kind of play with that are definitely above level 6 or 7. and for some of us, 13 or higher.
Man,
so
thirsty.
That 300 parts is really not doing much.
Anyway, look at my level 13 account, and it'll be 14 today. Now, Jules, out of this 14,000 critical mitigation, I mean, this is probably going to start to become a little bit valuable here, right? I mean, 14,000 is about a 20% net reduction of their critical damage. We should start feeling this, right? Or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but we also need to remember that it's not just about how much mitigation, how much extra, and we can, kind of refer to this as the secondary apex barrier. It's not just about how much more apex barrier you're having against these hostiles. They're still hitting hard. And they still have a huge hull health. Like there's still a huge power gap in just the net and the base stats of the hostiles. That isn't always where the problem lies. Getting more critical mitigation isn't going to change how much waves you can do, right? Now, if you're going up and you're saying, hey, I'm going to be a level 50 on the building, that is absolutely going to change how much you're going to succeed in hitting, say, for you DJs, potentially even trying to contribute to a level 70 wave defense with a level 50 building. You're going to have more success than you do now. Is that changing which wave you can actually complete? Probably not. Again, it's going to come down to who are you with, what crews you have, what ships you have.
Yeah. Okay. Sam says moo. Yeah, that video is coming along. I'm almost done with it. I was going to tell you guys this. So even though I didn't stream over the weekend, I did spend some time on production and got all of the segments completely done. Like, I got all of the individual segments done. So now what I have to do is piece together the segments in the full episode. Then I have to do soundtrack. Then I have to send it to them for approval. But the hard part is done. Truthfully, the hard part is done. I got no Omicron. I'm doing this one. I'm doing this one all by myself. All by myself. I'm doing it. Griffin's very busy. He's actually out of town on another gig this week. We won't have him back until this coming weekend. So, yeah, I'm doing it. Tarred and Feathered, I'll have to send him a message on that one. But, yeah, you're going to get the cow video before Tarred and Feathered. I believe that. Because I'm done with the hard part. Now I just have to take actually, do you want to do something kind of fun, chat? Okay, I could do this for you real quick. So, you know how like in most documentaries, there's a little bit of VO work, there's a little bit of narration that happens over some of the segments? Well, I've got a couple. Do you want me to read them now so you guys can get a little bit of a teaser as to some of the stuff that's coming in this video? I've got 4 pieces of narration that I have to read, and that I'm going to use them. Fisty says no, save it. You don't want me to read you the narration? Okay, I won't do it live. That's fine. Fisty says no. Nope. Fisty says I want to savor it all. Okay, well I've got 2 pages of VO that I've got to record for myself to use in these segments. But if you...
Can I voice over your video?
No. No, you can't. No, I'm going to do it. All right? I'm going to do it. Yeah, you need a better microphone. Webster says, I would rather it be serious than you trying to be funny. No, really, it's serious. Do you want me... Here, I'll read one. Do you want me to read one? I'll read one. It is serious. Here you go. Now that the insemination is complete, the real waiting game begins. Over the next several weeks, we're watching closely to make sure the pregnancy takes. Farmers and veterinarians track hormone levels, monitor behavior, and use ultrasound to confirm success. From this point on, it's all about careful observation and steady care, because this one moment sets the stage for the next generation. Right? Hey!
I'm David Suzuki, and this is the nature of things.
Damn straight, right? That was good. Right? Was that good? Webster, was that not good? That was good. That was serious. That was nature documentary right there. Okay? That was nature documentary. Thank you, Fisty. Quite professional. I appreciate it. That's what I'm doing. Tarpy says Maya wrote it. So? So? No, actually, Maya helped me trim it down because the script was come up with. I came up with the script with the veterinarian from the farm. So like I've got all of their bullet points that they sent about the stuff because I worked with them on the narration too. So they sent me everything. And then, but I had to work within time. Like I've got these video segments and I've got to work within time. Like this one had to be exactly 21 seconds. The next one, I only have 12 seconds. Then the one after that, I've actually got like 72 seconds. So I had to specify it. So I did have Maya help me with that to get all the points in the exact time of the read. So she helped me consolidate words. But no, the actual I guess the delivery or the actual content of the narration was from the vet. And then the delivery, obviously, that was me. The delivery was me. Red Route says, I heard insemination. Welcome. Appreciate you here. What's up? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for that. Can I get Snoop Dogg to do the narration? No. Costs too much money. I'll just do it myself. Were they milk cows or beef cows? They were milk cows. It was a dairy farm. So Caledon says Snoop Dogg would say something like, dude, I do a lot of weed, but I can't even do this with a straight face. Yeah, I know. So there's that. Did the cow ask for a smoke after I was done? No, but she did snuggle up. There were snuggles. All right. There were snuggles. Going back for the delivery? No.
Typical man.
Oh, it's good stuff. So anyway, that's right. Snoop was doing the Olympics. I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So anyway, so no, that's fun. I got some script that I've got to read. I've got 4 different sections of narration that I've got to do. I'm going to do it tonight so that I can work on the video a little bit tomorrow. We're not putting calf delivery on the wheel. I'm not going back to Idaho. Okay, we've got other things to do. Oh, shoot. By the way, okay, we need to go ahead and end the podcast. That was great. Thank you, podcast audience. You guys are great. Love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Have a great night. Appreciate you. I wasn't going to record it, but it's a great show. Great conversation at the beginning. We'll upload it. You guys have a great night. Visit our website, what's the website? UltimatDJz.com, TalkingTrekSTFC.com, yada, yada, yada. Talking Trek, registered trademark, recorded in front of a live studio audience, distribution across podcast platforms everywhere. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person, UltimatDJz. Say me out for now. Love you, many. Catch you on the next one. Yay. Okay, that's good. End podcast time. Check. Cut. And now we're back to our live studio audience where we actually do owe tonight, Jules. We do owe a GoWheel modification tonight, guys. Here it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first GoWheel modification of our May GoWheel. Here you go. Here's what is currently on the wheel. Some items got removed. Jules, I'm going to look for yours and Tarpy's. Is Tarpy in voice? Tarpy is relaxing. All right, Matters, Jules, Putz, we got you guys on. Tarpy, if she comes back. Here are the items on the GoWheel now. We have 10 items on the GoWheel. The donkey ride on the Grand Canyon is still there. A Star Wars convention and a Star Trek cosplay is still there. Bungee jumping with Tarpy is still there. Caddying for Griffin, cleaning Tarpy's house in a French-maid costume. Police Academy taser stunt, Las Vegas furry costume, cooking for a viewer, speed dating with chat, and the EdgeWalk in Toronto are still on our GoWheel. Okay? Still on our GoWheel. Those are 10 items. So, tonight, you have an opportunity to either add a brand new item or increase the odds of an item that is already on the wheel. These are your options, chat. So, Jules, as our special guest tonight, why don't you be the one that is bribed in chat for the items that will go onto our poll tonight? Item number 1. Jules?
Cow delivery.
Cow delivery? No! Are you kidding me right now? You guys want to go back to Idaho? No, I'm not. I tell you why I'm not putting cow delivery. I'm not telling you why I'm not putting cow delivery on there, but I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Guffa. Here's why. Here's why. We already delivered a cow.
Spoiler.
Spoilers. Okay? Don't need to go back. Did it already. Okay?
You should have said that. You should have just saved that video, that part of the video. And
Yeah.
You're landing on cow delivery.
Should have.
Easiest wheel spin ever.
Easiest GoWheel spin ever. That's right.
Are you doing okay? Let's go back to the options here. EdgeWalk definitely needs to be on there. Taser. Are you getting tasered? Is that a thing that you do, or is that a thing we
that is the
do?
police? That is the police academy thing. Like I have to go and be one of their taser dummies. Yeah. So taser. Okay.
All right.
Number
Wisconsin
3.
Dells.
Wisconsin
Go back
Dells.
on.
Wisconsin Dells. Okay. That's being. You guys are trying to add that back.
And
okay.
you know, your other special guest, this has to go on there. Clean Tarpy's house in a French maid costume. That's
Okay.
from XeroGees.
Tarpy's house cleaning. Okay, got it. All right, and one more. Don't tase me,
No,
bro.
I want that one off the wheel.
You don't want that one on the
Speed
wheel?
dating, is that
It's still on the wheel.
It needs to come off. No, it's off.
Okay.
Oh.
Back paintball?
Paintball, okay? Okay, paintball. There you go. And next?
Davy Moses bringing back the Niagara fish slap.
Okay, Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Ha! Love that one. Okay, votes. Here we go. We're going to give you guys the opportunity to vote, and let's just do 3 minutes on the clock, all right? Straight votes, 3 minutes. There you go. And it is up. There you go. Okay. So there you go. We'll have an opportunity to add or boost a GoWheel item here. And it looks like currently the EdgeWalk is in the lead.
Unsurprising.
Not surprising. Wisconsin Dells in second place. Ouch. Coach says the Wisconsin Dells would be pretty cool. Well, we'll find out. You guys have about 2 minutes left on the vote, and then we'll get ready to rate out.
All right, I'm off to bed.
Good night, Jules. Appreciate
Thanks
you,
for
man.
a good show.
Good stuff. We'll get the. I'm gonna try to get the video up for tomorrow. says, just remember, all it takes is me showing up one night and making a new thing, and it becomes the thing. Yeah, if I play marbles. I gave you way too much power. Too much power, Seth. Okay? There was too much power on that one. Okay? Now you guys are going to try to murder me in Canada. We got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. What is the big plunge they have there? Which one? What's the big plunge where? Coach says a true Green Bay fan wants the Wisconsin Dells. Concur. The Dells thing. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm reading in the middle of chat. The big plunge is the Dells. It's like a straight down water slide at the Dells. That sounds cool. I like it. I hate heights, but I do like water slides. That's fun. All right, we got 45 seconds left. It looks like the EdgeWalk.
Hey, Puddin'.
Hey, Puddin'. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Don't forget, as we get ready to wrap up our show tonight, we'll remind you that we are going to be at Epcot on Friday, May 15th. Friday, May 15th, we're inviting you guys all to join us for Drinking Around the World at Epcot, Friday, May 15th, and then starting a 24-hour stream on Saturday, the 16th. All right, 24-hour stream starting on Saturday, the 16th, and that is going to be our big, huge special event right here where we are shooting for the level 20 hype train. That will get Tarpy to play a little bit of Chubby Bunny and do some other silly things like Cheesy Poof, cornhole, and apparently 23 different flavors of Cheetos. That's fun. And we've got some other stuff. We've actually got a nice full calendar planned for you guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That 24-hour stream starting on the 16th. Tarpy says gross. Yum yums. Yum yums. Beefaroni, too. Beefaroni lasagna. Going to come up with something like that. And pumpkin ravioli. We got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We are going to make a cheesecake as well, so that's on the schedule. Lots of fun stuff going. All right. Here we go. EdgeWalk going to get a boost here. Congratulations. Thank you guys for your votes. Okay, here's EdgeWalk. It gets our first boost of the new wheel. There it is, up to 18%. Thank you guys very much. Going to go ahead and save that. And that is our first GoWheel modification. We owed that from our last show. So thank you guys so very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. I believe that will do us for tonight. You guys have any other last-minute questions or anything that we can answer for you in chat before we get ready to roll? I hope you guys had a good time. There's still almost 300 of you in the live studio audience. Thank you. We breached over 400 tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the content and enjoy the level of objectivity, positivity, and just abstract conversation that we're going to try to continue to bring to you. And, listen, at the end of the day, it's frustrating. Things can look bad. I am going to choose, probably naively, but I'm going to choose to remind everybody of one of my most favorite quotes of all time. It is the darkest just before the dawn, my friends. Okay?
It's also the darkest right before it goes completely black.
Thank you, Batters. Thank you. Okay? It is always just the darkest right before the dawn, and we shall, unless there's an eclipse, or unless that's a meteor crashing into the earth, one or the other. Okay? We don't know, but we're going to try to bring a ray of positivity, and that's right, Chris. Enjoy the game. Just enjoy the game. Do what it was supposed to be, which is be a game. Relax. Real life stress relief. Okay? Let's just have a good time with it. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go with it, okay? I love you too, Coach.
I am so positive.
That's right.
I'm full of positive energy.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Captain Shaw. I appreciate you. That's what we're going to do here, okay? Coming up tomorrow night, I know I kind of swapped nights a little bit, but coming up tomorrow night, we will likely do a bonus stream of some type. It will be Revenge of the 5th. So we might do a little bit of Fortnite tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to figure out what we got going on. Plus, I am going to do some production, but I'm going to be home like way early tomorrow. So I'm thinking that we might do an early stream tomorrow, like maybe a long stream, like through the day, like Alliance tournaments. Yeah, we're going to look at it for sure. We're going to look at it. I don't know if it's going to constitute an entire show, but we're definitely going to look. But we're going to be streaming throughout most of the afternoon tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do some production in the studio in the morning time. I've got a day off work. I'm going to try to do some production and work on the Cal video some more. And then we're going to hang out tomorrow, EU friendly, take a look at Alliance tournaments, and then see what happens. And then do other goofy things. Okay? Cool. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Who's online? Where do you guys want to go? Who are we raiding tonight? It's going to be a whole day of an Alliance tournament house fire? Oh, hope not. Hope not. But we're going to see. And we're going to break everything out as best we can. All right.
Let's go see Jason V. Will.
All right. Let's go check out. Here we go. Lord V-Nex, House of V. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to go over there and say hello to Jason. We appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night. My name's UltimatDJz. Shouting at you. Love, peace, hair grease. See you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.